for yourself. Open your eyes and know for yourself. Open your eyes and see for yourself. Open your eyes and know for yourself.
Spice on him. Even politicians spread lies on him. But we know the bug of them not no ties on him. Them know said that the people rely upon him. You know said them bring out them Christ through him. That's why all the people them respect him. Just like Selassie and Marcus Garvey, the man who hold the harder of the Trinity. A real strong soldier in a army. No simpleton can disarm you. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Most High Jah, guide us now, yeah. Our people need to see the light. Turn it up right. He will fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Will fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Say from him slip up all eyes on him. I defend the people, them set spice on him. Evil politicians spread lies on him. But we know the bugger them not wise like him. Back up, them no ties on him. Them know said that the people rely upon him. You know said them bring out them Christ through him. That's why all the people them respect him. Just like Selassie and Marcus Garvey, Ratty hold the order of the Trinity. A real strong soldier in a army. No simpleton can disarm you. Well fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Well fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. How long them a gonna know say that them fire can't cool? How long them a gonna take our people for fool? Nah build no houses, them nah build no school. Think them have the handle but of the most high rule. Them better stop criticizing. Cause what them a do now phase him. You know the man no lazy. All them a talk, them are the one right crazy. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Say from him slip up all eyes on him. I defend the people, them set spice on him. Evil politicians spread lies on him. But we know the bugger them not wise like him. Back up, them no ties on him. Them know said that the people rely upon him. You know said them bring out them Christ through him. That's why all the people them respect him. Just like Selassie and Marcus Garvey, the man who hold the harder of the Trinity. A real strong soldier in a army. No simpleton can disarm you. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights, I saw him stay. Them fight for the people every day. Risk them life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights.
Good evening. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, supporters, fans, family, friends, neighbors, etc. Welcome to Come Reason with Rattigan on a Wednesday night. I apologize for being a few minutes late, but there are some things going on. We'll talk about that later on. But I'm here, I'm here and you are there. And I'm glad you've tuned in because this is the program where you get a chance to voice your opinion. Because, as you know, on a Saturday, it's extremely difficult to do that because of the amount of material that we cover, but more so the depth to which we go. And to take phone calls during that program, we started it actually a couple of years ago. Started taking phone calls and it just didn't work out. We couldn't get to cover the material because so many of you had so many questions. And of course, we had to provide you with answers. So, this is the program where you can call in or you can feel free to voice your comments, register your criticisms, also your compliments. What we learn from the criticisms. The compliments, they're nice, believe me. But in terms of improving ourselves, we do that primarily because of the criticisms. And we're all susceptible to making mistakes. And as a result, we all, at some point, should be criticized. However, it is the way in which you criticize that may cause or may not cause an issue. We ask that you do so in a civil manner. We ask that you do so in a constructive manner. So when you come around here and you start telling me about my mother, etc., at that point, you're going to be removed. But if you come and you voice your opinion, that's fine. No problems. We welcome that. All right. Um, it's been a busy, busy week for me, people. Believe me when I tell you. Still working. Still working. It's been very busy. But it's not without an end product. We're not busy just for the sake of being busy. We're busy because of a purpose. And the purpose is to ensure that government is held accountable and that you're informed. So, having said that, let me go to the chat and big up for people. Elaine, big up yourself, Elaine. Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. Always a pleasure to have you on board. And we know you're now ramp with the, what you call it, OT? It's not an anvil, it's not a hammer. What you call it? The thing where you use and get rid of people. I can't remember. OT now listen to me. All right. Miss Elaine says, watch out, disclaimer, both comments and views are that of the guests and viewers, which are theirs and theirs alone. It's not necessarily that of the platform host, and that's yours truly. Thank you so much, Miss Elaine, for that. Big up yourself. OT, you still not telling me what the thing was sharp forget where you used to get rid of the people. It's not a hammer. Come to OT, man. Spanner. There you go. Thank you. All right. So Miss Elaine have our spanner, and she knows how to use. I don't know if you call it an instrument or whatever you call it, but equipment. But she knows how to use it. So please be nice. Otherwise, Miss Elaine will show no mercy. All right. Moving right along. Beverly, big up yourself. Blessings and thanks for being here with us. Patel Cruikshank. Why, Patel? I don't know what to tell you. I have a lot to tell you, but I can't tell you on the program. And then it's like during the daytime when OT called, she would call and say, listen, you need to call Patel. And I say, yeah, I'm going to call him right now. And before I get to the phone, it's like, I have another call or I'm working on a document or something. But it's no excuse. I should have called you a long time ago. I apologize. And OT, please, 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 tomorrow is Thursday. Make sure I call Patel tomorrow, please. All right. Next. Marie May, good night, good night. Bless up yourself, Marie May. ACLB 9025, bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Merle, my girl, blessings, Mr. Rattigan. Thanks for your selection of reggae month. Rattigan news on the dance club. Bye, Merle. Y'all follow the issues, them, and y'all follow the entertainment thing too. So, yeah. This week, folks, we're gonna play the Crown Prince, but it's Valentine's Day, I was informed. So we'll play Lovers Rock. And believe me, I have a very, very special selection. Very special selection. So you can start making your plans now to join us with your loved one, or just loved ones, whoever you're in love with. Join us with that person. And you are going to have a fantastic time if you love the slow reggae. Actually, some of them are not slow. What is lovers rock? It's music about love and affection. You know, that song is going to be played too. Love and Affection by Pressure Buzz Pipe. So thank you, Merle. Thanks for being with us. Artnell Muir, way up there with there. Big up yourself. Cecile Phillips, good night, good night, good night. Thanks for joining us. Yakim Bless Mitchell. One love, shalom. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Kingsley Anglin, enough respect. Big up yourself. Carla Ebanks, big up yourself. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. George Beckford, no fire. Yes, sir. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Walk like a champion. Yes, indeed. Big up yourself. LW2, greetings. Right back at you. You and your family members and everybody. Big up yourself. One Indian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Artnell Muir. Yes, sir. That term that caused me problems already, no, but you know, I embrace it now, I grip it. I run with it. Before me say, no, I kind of want just kind of like just, spread it out a little bit. But realize that when certain things have been thrusted on you, you just deal with it. You just run with it and you do it to the best of your ability. And you succeed. We don't deal with failures around here. No. Failures when you fail to get up. We get knocked down, up. Worship the Lord. Good night. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Jeffrey Worrell. Yes, sir. Blessings to you as well. Merlin Fed. Yes, big up yourself. Kevin Stew, you might listen to it, but he's well, I don't want to say Kevin where there because he was just with us and we know where he is, but he's not on the program, but he's on the program. He's with us. So you might listen. Big up yourself, Kevin. Queen Breezy, looking forward to another impacting lesson. We aim to please Queen Breezy. So that is our goal. Black and proud. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Gwendolyn Hall, greetings. Thanks for being with us. Carol Miller, good evening, good evening. Sadlin Gale, good evening, good evening. I like cats. Big up yourself. Worship the Lord, say blessings. Yes, indeed. Paulette MacArthur, good night. Thank you for joining us. Marvelyn Rochester. Oh, I'm doing fine, Marvelyn. How about you? I hope you're doing fine as well. We're up on top of the world, Marvelyn. So the thing said. Joyful's one. Good night. Good night. Tony Jamaican. Oh, Gavel. Well, what did they say? Spanner. Say it go. One of them. Miss Elena, go use it. No matter which one. Gavel or Spanner, she'll go use it if you misbehave around here. Ubuntu for real. Oh, Gavel. All right, thank you. Let me write that down because me call it hammer, so it's hammer. It's not hammer. It's not Spanner. It's Gavel. Okay. All right. Marvel in Rochester, good night, everybody in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Ubuntu for real. Greetings, 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 greetings. Pauline Gale, good evening. Thank you for being here with us. Keep it going, OT. Africa Newbie, enough respect. Thank you for joining us, Africa Newbie. June, stay safe. Blessings. Love, 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 June. Big up yourself. Devon Fletcher. Yes, sir. Dorrit Edwards. Medea. You're there. Yes. Glad you're there. Glad you're there. Worship the Lord. Good night. Carl Allen. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Seabread. Thank you for joining us. Happy Wednesday to you too. Anthony Moody. Bless up yourself. Yes. Daily Fun. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Albert Stewart. Don't stop at all. See it there? You know the thing, Albert. All of you know it. We don't stop at all. We don't have, they call it side mirrors and rear view mirrors. We just have a windshield. It's just straight ahead. And we have 3-speed, fast, faster, fastest. That's it. Nothing slow around here. You're going to Barbados intermittently. All right. Well, you can still tune in from Barbados and worship the Lord. You really can. And we'd love for you to do that. Laurent Tennant. Blessings. Yes, sir. I shouldn't say sir, it might have been a lady. Apologize, I should say. Bless up. Marvelin Rochester, I'm doing fine. All right, good, good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear, Marvelin. That's it, OT. Willie Taylor, watching from Salt Lake City, Utah. That will be considered what? West. Right? So if you're in the West, we're going to tell you who you must vote for. And if you've registered to vote and you haven't voted yet, we're going to tell you who to vote for. All right? We have a candidate out there. We don't have any candidates we don't have a candidate in the East. We have a candidate in the South and we have a candidate in the West, but not in the East. Yes, election in the air, indeed. That's it. All right. So, let me pull this down now. Oh, call my brethren, now, man. Call Lapscoochie. Lapscoochie in the area, OT. Artnell Muir said we are at war based on the rebel. Who else there? Yeah. Big up yourself, Lapscoochie. All right. All right, so. Oh, wow. Let Mr. Kevin move it. Ooh, no, he did not. Okay, all right. Somebody just said, election is in the air. Worship the Lord said that, yeah, and she's so correct. Again, folks, Jamaica is so content rich. There is so much to talk about. This Saturday, you can't afford to miss the program. We have some special guests coming on, and we have a major announcement to make. I think you're going to be happy when you hear the announcement. But you have to tune in on Saturday to hear the announcement. And then we have a few things that we have to touch on. We're going to go back to the UE scandal. We have some stuff with the Auditor General. I think we have some stuff with the Integrity Commission. In fact, let me look and see. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Cora. It's called a gavel. Thank you. All right. Big up yourself, Cora and the princess. Let me see some of the stuff that we will be talking. Okay. Oh, murder statistics. We're going to talk about the JCF's plan that nearly fooled Jamaica and the rest of the world. Nearly. Because remember, they were celebrating all of this stuff about crime, murder rate is 600 and something, down from like, I don't know, 1,200 or year before. A lot of people got fooled by that, but not us. And we will show you why Saturday. Oh, we have the fertilizer too. No 9-day wonders. Remember the fertilizer? It was a story that we did on several occasions, and then it kind of like went on the back burner. Well, we moved it to the front burner now because the Auditor General, in her annual report, made a statement, and it went past a lot of people. But of course, didn't go past us. And then we have the dialysis machines. We have the plates. That's company 3 in the scandal at the University Hospital of the West Indies. We have so much to talk about, believe me. So much. What's the status of the Buchanan case? That's Danielle. The last thing I heard was that they had put off the hearing, but I don't know. Oh, no, yeah. They put off the hearing because the Attorney General's office, because they're actually representing the government, said that they didn't have their stuff prepared to argue. So it got postponed. So that's the story with that. Daily Fund said those numbers are rigged. Yeah, we know the numbers are rigged because we have them. Yeah. We have all kind of numbers. We have, my goodness, we have numbers on top of numbers. 16. When you see it, when you see it on Saturday, you'll understand, because we have like three sets of numbers, and which one is correct, we don't know, but we know that all three are not correct. Michael Morrison said we are going to live at politicians' sleepless nights. Yes, indeed. Storm is not as bad as the life that the people is going through. That's true. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the diaspora election. And this is just a warm up. As you know, I'm not a part of it, so we're not going to dwell on that. What we're going to talk about now is a conference that they're having in June. And mark my words. First of all, that conference was not designed for you and me. Yes, Jeffrey, we're not forget the drill and the Meditech thing. We have that too. But then we also have the FID amendment. We have a whole range of things. But getting back to the conference, the conference is scheduled, I think, mid-June, somewhere around there. We have the dates here. But that conference was not designed for us, for the ordinary person in the diaspora. It was not. Forget about the people in Jamaica. It's not designed for them at all. And for most of us in the diaspora, the overwhelming majority of us, this thing has no meaning. It's of no import. We were not taken into the calculus of this event, and therefore we should not participate. Let me just say this, because I know they're watching. 2 years ago when they had it, we had our conference, the People's Conference. They had their conference during the daytime, and we had our conference at night. So whatever subject they discussed in the morning, we discussed it at night with our experts. And the same thing is going to happen again this year. Don't go to the conference. It's not designed for you. Trust me. It's not designed for you. In fact, I think I have something here that you'll find interesting. I'm just curious to see what they're going to come up with now in terms of marketing, because when they did the marketing last time, it was a complete disaster. Here I have some stuff going back to that conference. Here we go. They almost 2 years ago when they had the conference, they gave a top 10 reasons why you should. Oh, I see we're my good friend Ifrey man call. Let's see something. Oh, Mr. Tavares, in his breaking news segment, has reported that new taxes, not taxes, money for the government will be hitting Jamaica based on the 2026-2027 budget. Wow, that's not good news. That is not good news. Thanks, Mr. Tavares, for that. In fact, Mr. Tavares, if you feel up to it, you can come on and join us. I know you're dealing with some things, but if you feel like you want to join us, just touch base and OT will make it happen. Now, here's the thing: the last conference in Jamaica, they gave a top 10 reasons. They gave top 10 reasons why you should come to the conference. Top 10 reasons why you should come to the conference. And I can tell you that none of these reasons had anything to do with the average person in the diaspora. None of these reasons. Let's start with number 10. And we're going to put this up on Saturday so you can see it. And so that we can remind them that this is a foolishness that they sent out as PR to attract people to come to the conference. And we know what happened. The last conference, they had to use people in Jamaica to fill up the seats. We know that. We're not idiot. We know that. The number 10 reason is to network in paradise. You hear that? Network in paradise. No. My people in the Northeast, how many of you believe that you can go to Jamaica and rub shoulders with certain people and network with them? How many of you? How many of you think that this is going to work? Network in paradise. Build bridges, make waves. That is not us, because we don't have them kind of money and we don't have them kind of connections. And don't take your last money and go over there thinking it's going to work. Because you for those people, you must have a link or you have enough money. And most of us in the diaspora, we don't have that link. We might see a politician come to a town hall meeting and we take a picture and we think that is a link. That is not a link, because if you ask that politician a week later, do you remember taking up? No. So I take pictures with a lot of people. I don't remember taking a picture of this person. So that's number 10. Number 9, it says diaspora influence. The conference will include a diverse agenda. Learn how members of the diaspora can get tangible benefits from active participation in the global Jamaican community. What does that mean? Means absolutely nothing. It's gobbledygook. That's what we call that. Diaspora influence. What influence is diaspora? What? Number 8, reconnect with your roots. Visit your old stomping grounds. You really need to go to the conference to do that? You really need, do you think about that? Do you really need to spend all that money, go down there and go hitch up in a $300, $400 a night room and then you go reconnect with your, no. If you want to go visit your family, you go on your own. You don't have to go to the conference. 7, island adventure. Come to the conference, then enjoy a Jamaican road trip. You really need to go to the conference for this? Number 6, dream home hunt. Come and find your piece of paradise. How many of us have the funds to go and say, we are going to look for a nice also? No. A lot of us can't even find a nice house overseas where we live. I know we all aspire to go back to Jamaica, but this is not how you do it. Number 5, taste of Jamaica. Jerk chicken, jerk pork patties, and more. You have to go to the conference for that? I don't think so. Number 4, discover authentic Jamaican crafts. Take a piece of our island back home with you. You have to go to the conference for that. Number 3, party in paradise. Come to the conference and enjoy the Jamaican entertainment scene. Number 2, post-COVID reunion. It's the first conference since we have experienced COVID-19. Let's jam in Jamaica, which is similar to 3. Let's jam in Jamaica. Let's party in paradise. The same thing. Now it's going to say post-Melissa reunion. That's what it's going to say. And I'm going to hit you up for all kind of money. Even though they might collect money left, right, and center, and not spending the money where the money should be spent. In some instances, not spending the money. And the number one reason, because it says right here, 10 reasons to attend the conference. Number 1 reason, it's in Montego Bay, sun, sand, and opportunities. Look, if you want to spend your money, go. It's a free world. All right, it's a free country. You can go ahead and do it. But I'm telling you, take it from me. It's my opinion that you should not go. Because guess what? All these things they're talking about, you can go to Jamaica and do them, and you don't have to go through the expense of flying into Montego Bay, renting a car. Blah, blah, blah. You could do it in a much more affordable fashion and go visit your family, visit your friends, and you don't have to do this nonsense. Because ask yourself, what am I getting by attending this conference? Because if they're telling you come and visit your roots and all that stuff, you say, well, wait a minute, I don't need to go to the conference to do that. Their aim is to get your money, put them under your pocket. That's their aim. Ask them, what about the people, Jamaicans living in shelters right now, overseas? The ones that won't have no money, them have no assistance. Ask them, what are they doing about those people? Let me show you something. See this? This is a survey they just sent out. Well, not just, I think they sent it out like over a week now. But it's survey for the 11th biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Now, why would you do a survey asking people if they are planning to come? When you go out already and you say, you make your plans already. Look at what it says. Thank you for your interest in supporting Jamaica. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa and prepare for the 11th biennial Diaspora Conference, where we will welcome Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica in the diaspora to Jamaica, we are seeking your input to ensure that the conference is of relevance to all our stakeholders. I know them out start out now for asking this. This is almost 2 years, you know. The conference is held every 2 years. Ask them this question. What happened to the last conference? Where is the report from the last conference? And tell me, what have we achieved? as a result of the last conference. And when we say what have we achieved, it's a diaspora conference. So tell me, how did the diaspora benefit? The diaspora as a whole, not the few friends and compadres and hangers on and, you know, the leeches. Not those people, but as a whole. Because remember what they said in their diaspora policy and in the terms of reference. They said one of the purposes of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is to ensure that you prosper. You, meaning you in the diaspora, prosper in the country where you reside. So ask them, how have we prospered? We therefore invite your feedback on this brief survey, which should take approximately 5 to 7 minutes to complete. No personal identifying information will be collected by this survey, which is not the same thing they can say for the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, because people are complaining that they're asking for too much information. Let me see. Survey. All right, here it is. All right. I can't get to. Hold on there. Kevin, where are them? I can't open the survey. Okay, hold on. See that? It now function. Hold on. Well, I guess we have to do this on Saturday. But the point I'm trying to make here is this. Oh, refresh. Okay. Let now work out to you. So refresh there. Let now work. What we'll do is this. On Saturday, we'll do a quick walkthrough of this document. And what you're going to find is it's all about money. It's all about money they're asking you. They never say I set up people just love beg so the government of Jamaica. And them beg and when them get money, them don't put it to use for the people. They don't. But when you read this, it's all about money. Oh, Gillian, you had mentioned your appeal hearing to occur last Tuesday. I haven't heard anything, Gillian. I haven't heard anything. So whenever I hear, I'll convey. And by the way, people, that Gillian Murray is the lady that you should vote for in the upcoming. Actually, it's going on right now. If you are registered to vote in the South, that's your candidate right here, Gillian Murray. Strong candidate. We look forward to her victory. She is one of them that, or she's a rare breed, in the sense that a lot of these people you see vying for the positions on the council, they're doing it for self-aggrandizement. They're doing it for self, to put on their resume to say, hey, I was, and they're also doing it to cozy up to these politicians. Gillian Murray is not about that. She no need for cozy up to no politicians. She wants to help the people in her constituency, the people in those 13 states that she will be responsible for. So I'm asking you, please go out and vote for this young lady. Vote as if your life depends on it, because you can't vote for somebody who's going to be working for the government and then you come and complain that, hey, we're in the diaspora and we're not getting any help. Vote for Gillian and we can hold Jillian responsible. The other people, we know what they're about. We know what they're about. So there we go. All right, our guest is here, Miss Rose. Let me tell you a little bit about Miss Rose before I bring her on. I heard about Miss Rose from producer Joan and Tigo. And them not introduce me to food people. You know, them people that them not no time for waste with idiots. So the moment they said to me, say, hey, you need to have this lady up on the program. I never need to ask them, you know, if this lady what is she about? I never have to ask them that. I just run with it because I know that these are not people who are going to steer me wrong. And I've gathered that they are clients of Miss Rose and very good clients. I have it on good authority that they visit Miss Rose, I think, once a week. Jeffrey must have dead with laughs now. Mr. Tavares must be dying now, but I hear that them go, especially Tigo, make it a regular practice to see Miss Rose. I don't know what Miss Rose is doing from with all of those herbs that she's selling in, but in any event, we have Miss Rose here tonight, and it's an interesting story that she has to tell us. Very astute businesswoman and very knowledgeable in the field of how Dr. Ben would say it now, OT, what is it, Caribbean, indigenous Caribbean herb, something to that effect. She's of the same ilk as Dr. Ben. So listen, people, it's my first time meeting her, but it's as if I've met her many, many moons ago because I've heard so much about her. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring on Miss Rose and have Miss Rose just talk out the things. Just tell us who she is, how she got involved in this, and talk to us about herbs and what can herbs do for us. Is it truly a healing, or is it overrated? Without further ado, Miss Rose, big up yourself. Hold on. Sarah, Miss Rose, welcome.
Good evening, good night, good night. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it's our pleasure to have you. It's our pleasure to have you. Now, before we go any further, I want to ask you, who is Miss Rose, and have you tell us, all of these wonderful things about yourself. But I have it on good authority that you're from my mother's parish, from St. Elizabeth. I don't know if it's where in St. Elizabeth are you from? Where
In a small community called Trivia Tales.
Oh, forgive me, I never heard of that one because my folks them come from Balaclava and Balaclava, Santa Cruz, Myersville, Nain, that area.
So you get it there. So when you come down Santa Cruz, you know where Wyeth Falls is, right?
Mm-hmm. What you mean Wyeth Falls?
Yes, right up in that. You pass Wyeth Falls, you go up Springfield, then you have Trivia Tales, then you have Pisgah, then you have Marchman Road.
So when you're up on the main road, you make a right for come off. You come to go Wyeth Falls, right? And then you pass Wyeth Falls and go up?
Yes.
Well, you live far, man. You live way up.
All the good stuff come from up there, sir. You see? Yeah.
Look at you. So talk to us a little bit. Who is Miss Rose, and how did Miss Rose get to where she is?
Okay, so I was actually delivered by a herbalist who was my great grandmother, right? Years later, when doctors couldn't help me heal my problem, I turned back to what she taught me, which was the herbs, right? Mm-hmm. So my name is Rosalie, the founder of a Muri Rose Herbal Shop. This is how my healing journey started and turned into a business. So I was born in St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, in a small community called Trivia Tales. Growing up, we're heavily reliant, bush medicine for everything. It wasn't an option, it was just medicine, right? In our little community, it takes us about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to a hospital or a doctor, right? So
Wow.
it was just a small little clinic in that vicinity. So it was herbs for everything. Stomach hurting is herbs, head hurting is herbs,
Hmm.
right? So in 2010, I developed chronic constipation. I suffered for 3 years. Doctor's appointment, prescription medication, nothing wasn't helping. Like, it was just pain and agony. Um, I was just tired. I wanted to find out what was going on with me, and I didn't need a quick fix. I wanted to figure out the root of what was causing the problem. So, I started my research and stumbled on some herbs that my great grandmother used to talk to me about. I started to incorporate my blends, and of course, with lifestyle changes, because a lot of time people say, oh, that the herbs don't work for me, this herbs don't work for me, all of that nonsense. But if you really think about it, you have to do a lifestyle changes when you're doing the herbs. Life is about balance. Just like you have the female, you have the male. So with lifestyle changes, incorporating the blends and stuff, I find myself started to go regular. I keep going, and as I stumble across different type of herbs, I started to incorporate them in my blend, until people at my job started to notice what was going on with me, and they asked me. So I started to share my story and my journey. Obviously, suggestion alone is not what they wanted. They wanted me to create the formula for them. That was the moment where it triggers me, like, okay, this is my healing journey now becomes a business, right?
Hmm.
So that's when Amuri Rose rebirthed, right? With my herbs, everything comes from Jamaica. I wanted to take it back to tradition of what we know. And when you think about the rich nutrient soil of Jamaica, that's what makes the herbs potent, right? And you get the best from the best. I'm not bragging, but yeah,
No, no, brag, man.
So it's okay to brag.
Yeah, facts are facts. Facts are facts. So. Mhm.
So that was something reawakened inside of me, to know that, years after my great grandmother passed, I was able to take her knowledge, her wisdom, her education, and my pain, and turn it into a business. And that's where Amuri Rose stand today.
Now, did you apart from your personal experience with your grandmother, your great grandmother? Which one was it? Your mother, your grandmother, your great grandmother?
Great grandmother, great
Okay.
grandmother.
Did you learn anything from your grandmother regarding the herbs?
No, a little bit from my mom. So my grandmother wasn't into the whole herbal thing.
Uh-huh.
She was more of a farmer, right?
Hmm.
The only, well, no, let me take that back, because once every 6 months, when them say a wash out time because you have to get rid of the worm. Yes,
Hmm.
my grandmother used to do that too.
Hmm.
So but mostly of what I learned was from my great grandmother.
All right. This is not written down in a book anywhere.
No, I'm looking right at you.
It's right there.
And
That's the
it's
book.
right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you with before we get into the remedies and the blends and all of that, have you thought about putting all of this on paper for posterity so that your children and their children and the rest of us, you can share it with all of us, because all of us, we're getting health conscious now more every year. And have you thought about putting it in a book, for example?
Actually, yes. So I started a journal for my daughter, who is very hands-on and learning about the herbs and the roots of where I come from. Also, I'm in the process of doing a herbal guide book, to break down the different type of herbs and what it does for the body.
Hmm.
So those are something that's in the works. But as far as putting it in a book, just a herbal guide right now, the journal for my daughter, And yeah, my book where I have everything stored with my formula and stuff like that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, have you didn't study any of this? Well, no, no. Let me back up. Did you complement your experience with any formal courses? Like, did you go to a school for herbal medicine, or this is just purely your personal experience and the experience of your great grandmother?
Yes. So after I was able to fix the root of my situation, I did went back to school to learn how to formulate the herbs properly.
And where
So
was it?
I Trinity. So I went to Trinity Herbal School, where they teach you how to formulate and the combination of herbs that needs to be done. But if honestly speaking, I did learn more from my great grandmother from what I learned from Trinity, because Trinity teaches you the basics, about cayenne pepper, about turmeric, ginger. Those are the basics things that you will find in your kitchen cabinet. Now, when you talk about herbs like guinean weed, duppy gun, those are herbs that was already instilled in me growing up in Jamaica.
Hmm.
So it was just all about the formulation of what needs to be done and how to do it.
Hmm. No, I think you alluded to this earlier that not everything is for everyone, right? Because we're all the Constitution is made up differently, and so what might work for you, a certain herb, for example, might not work for me. Is there a standard that you have that you can say, yes, this will work for almost anyone experiencing a particular problem? Or is it something that they
Definitely.
must or is it something that they must come to you and have a consultation and then tell you what the problem is, and then you say, okay, I think I know what it is. I can formulate something for you.
Well, it go both ways. So it
Mm.
depends on the situation, right? Some people may have a chronic condition. Some people may have just a detox that they want to do, a day-to-day detox. Some people may have, for example, right? A lot of us women suffered with PCOS,
One second.
fibroids.
One second.
Okay.
I just start there. We have our dear beloved sister. She's sitting in the chat and I have to bring her on. Because
Okay.
I see her with her hands still, so I absorb every word you say. So I want to bring her on. Here's
Okay.
Sister Maria. Sister Maria, meet Rose.
Well, well,
Hello. How are
disrespect, my
you?
brother Rattigan. My
Yes.
dear, how are you, Miss Rose? You have a
I'm
herbal
good. And
shop. How are
yourself?
you doing? And welcome to this platform. Welcome to this
Thank
platform. And to
you.
everybody in the chat, a blessed Wednesday evening. And yeah, carry on.
Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Talk to us now
Okay.
about the women's problem. Yeah.
Yes, so herbs like PCOS, fibroids, cysts, obstructive fallopian tubes, stuff like those will be a general herbs, right? Because maybe one is suffering from just fibroids, but it will help to balance out the hormone, right? So that will be a standard herb. Now, if you're talking something like, say, for instance, the prostate, right? Then that will be a consultation to find out what's going on. Because when you talk about the prostate, it can be many different things. It can be the kidney. It just can be, the kidney is not flushing properly, you're not consuming enough water, or, you just have an enlarged prostate. So I would need a little bit more feedback from that person to see what's going on to create the proper formula for that person, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Constipation, which lead to my business, that's also, a formal herb where everyone can take. When you talk about chickweed, right, that's something that grew up in Jamaica. Senna, alfalfa, slippery m, that's a formula to help you. As we know that slippery m helps to coat them and protect the intestines, so you go easier instead of sitting to force, right?
Hmm.
So it's all depends on the situation and the person and what they're going through.
Um, I've always heard that, I shouldn't say I've heard that herbs are good for prevention and maintenance. But if you weren't taking herbs, you didn't have that prevention piece in there, you didn't have that maintenance piece, and now you're sick. I've heard that herbs can't do as much for you as it could if you had been taking the herbs prior. And now you must see a traditional doctor. Talk to us about that. Is there any truth to that?
So you see, Ratty, you put me in problem now on YouTube, you see? So I'm a firm believer of the herbs, right? Um, I always believe in prevention better than cure, right? So I'm gonna use myself as example,
Okay.
right? My daughter is 11. It's been 10 years since I visited a doctor, right?
Wow.
But I make sure when I'm taking my herbs, I tackle every inch of my body. So I always explain to people, your body's like a car, right? Every 6 months you have to do a tune up, you have to change your oil, you have to change your spark plugs, you have to do all of that for the car to operate properly, right? If you don't do that, then the car is gonna give you some backlash, breakdown, and stuff like that, right? So that's how exactly your body is. So for me, as a prime example of growing up on the herbs and now develop the health condition, turn to the herbs to fix the problem, I can speak loudly and proudly that yes, the herbs do work. But we also have to keep in mind we have one powerful thing that always keep us back, and it's our mind. Our mind is so powerful, and in everything that you do, you have to rethink the way how you do things, train the mind, and then everything will fall into place. The first step to healing is change the ways how you think it, and right? The herbs was created for medicinal purposes. It have passed down from generation to generation. Now, the reason why I said I source my herbs from Jamaica is because, like I said, the nutrients, the soil, I believe the soil have everything to do with every fruit, every herbs, every medicine that we put in our body. Now, in America, and I'm gonna show you a prime example, right? When I just started my business, yes, I was getting my herbs in America. Then I started to go to Jamaica. When I extract the moringa that I get from Jamaica and compare it to the one that I get here, it was a whole total different ball game, right?
Mm.
So it have to do with the soil. If the soil is weak, the healing process is going to take longer because there's no nutrients there. So you have to double up. But when the soil is rich and is in nutrients, it will work. Each herbs work differently. Turmeric, for example, it takes 4 to 5 weeks before you start to see any results from turmeric, right? Turmeric, you have to mix turmeric with black pepper to activate it, right? Because you need that black pepper in turmeric to activate it. So if one's going to tell me that when you talk about conventional medicine and then herbs, I'm going to choose my herbs all the time
Mhm.
because when God created those things, he said he created them for medicinal purposes. So why would you turn from that to what man said? We all men, we all women, right?
Mhm.
And he said he created all things. So it's the herbs for me.
Okay.
I have
This.
people,
Uh-huh. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
if the herbs didn't work, then my customers wouldn't keep coming back.
Mhm.
You know, my customers wouldn't see results. I wouldn't see results. And maybe I wouldn't be sitting here today talking to you because maybe I will be 6 feet or 9 feet under.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yes, the herbs do work.
Do you think that some people they believe they think it's providential? They just believe that it is a God-given gift. The things that they do. Do you think that this was bestowed upon you from the Creator? Like him say, Rose, this is your purpose in life. Go out and help people to a healthy lifestyle.
I think so, Rati. I think so because, to be honest with you, I never thought that I would have become a herbalist. When I came to America, I studied criminal justice. I always wanted to do the law,
Hey.
but but for some reason, that's not what he have in store for me. He said, "I have something better for you." These herbs, these medicine that I give you, I put out here. I need for you to take them and distribute them amongst your people
Mhm.
and that's why I can sit here. And I think also that's the reason why I went through what I have gone through, because this is my testimony to share that yes, the herbs do work. So you may plan something, but it's not for you.
You know them say man a plan and God a wipe out, right?
Me, I will tell you.
Sis, jump into the conversation.
Yeah, Mr. Rose, again, good to have you on the program. And I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
But you say black pepper active because I use turmeric and ginger. But if you cannot use black pepper, my question is, can pimento seeds be used instead? Because like when I'm making tea, can you use pimento as one of the another source then to activate the full value of the turmeric if one is not, because I don't do pepper. Well, that kind of pepper. So that's my question. And what I did the first part of it, what you were talking about, what herbal remedies, whether it be by tea or thing, do you recommend for fibroids? The shrink fibroid.
Okay. So the first question is, yes, you can use the pimento seed with the turmeric. That will be a good one too, because pimento is peppercorn, right? Yes, so it would be the same thing. So you can just grind it up to activate it. Just don't use the whole seed. You grind it up so you can activate it, right? And then you put it in it. Yes.
Okay.
For the fibroids, hydrangea root, right? Also, you have St. John's bush, not St. John's wort, St. John's bush, right? Two powerful herbs for fibroids, right? You can use that, make tea. I like when you're using herbs for health condition, I like when the whole herbs enter in your stomach. So I like to put those in capsules. So you grind them up and you put them in a capsule, so you have the full entire herbs in your gut, right? As opposed to making the tea and then strain it off and throw it away. You have the entire herbs in your gut. So those are two herbs that works wonderful for fibroids. That helps to break down the fibroids. Yes.
Okay. And you say hydrangea tea. And so would you have them in your shop? And I'll need to get your information, your location, your contact information, so we can talk off here.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I said, OT have it up as Mama Rose, but I said, you don't look like no mama. You look like a young girl.
What, Ratty? I want to tell you, say no, boy. You see, even that name, it was my 9-to-5 job when I used to go to work. Through my transition, everyone started calling me Mama Rose, and that name stuck with me for over 15 years now, and I can't get rid of it. So I just roll with it.
Yeah, don't get rid of it. I like it.
Because I give birth to a Muri Rose, right? So me and mama, of course. Me and mama, right?
There you go. Is there anything that herbs can't, any malady that herbs can't address, in your opinion?
In my opinion.
Cancer or AIDS or heart issues, kidney issues, is there anything that you can think of that you say, hey, you know what? You have to go see a doctor because herbs won't help you?
Okay, let me answer that in the FDA
Oh
approval.
yeah. Okay.
So let me put the disclaimer out there. There's one herb that called black seed, right? Traditionally, it has been said the only thing that it cannot cure is death. And that's black seed. Yes. Right? I strongly believe, in my opinion, that the body is capable of healing itself from anything and everything. The herbs is just the tool that is provided to help you assist with throughout the journey of you getting back to where you want to be. right? So you'll hear someone says, okay, I'm at stage 5 cancer. And it's my opinion again, right? I
Mm-hmm.
allege you're at stage 4 cancer. If someone should have told me that I am at stage 5 cancer, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is clear up my kitchen cabinet, and I'm gonna stop eating for 21 days. And for 21 days, the only thing I'm gonna consume is herbs and green juice. And after 21 days, I strongly believe that every unwanted invaders shall disappear and died off and flushed out of your system.
So
That is my opinion.
the purpose of that is to what? It's to starve the cancer.
Yes. And reset the body.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you really think about it, what those things live off, they live from processed food, sweets,
Mhm.
on all of those things, right? Just the way, in my opinion, I do believe that parasite is a form of cancer, and you have different stages, right? That's why you crave, that's why you feel sluggish, that's why you feel like, you don't want to do anything and you just want to sit in front of the TV and you want to snap. That is my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if one should ever ask me, is there anything that a herb cannot fix or corrected? I would say no. It's capable of doing everything to the body as long as you take the right step by doing lifestyle changes for the herbs to work.
All right. OT, please put up Mama Rose number and details in the chat, please. But I have a question for you. Boom Clash. I think it's a valid point. You say it's good to know the cures, but it's also good to know the causes of the disease. And let me just
Yeah.
piggyback on that to say that is 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 the purpose of the herbs to cure, or is it something that you have to maintain? You have to keep taking it, to keep taking it, to keep taking it. Is it something that you take on the problem, you eradicate the problem, or is it something that you have to constantly take? Otherwise, the problem will resurface.
Okay. So when it comes to natural herbs as opposed to pharmaceutical medication, you have to take the herbs 6 months or longer for you to see full results, right? After stop taking the herbs, 6 months or a year later, it's still in your bloodstream working because that's how the herbs work. It works the bloodstream to correct the issue. However, if you stop taking the herbs and you go back to your old lifestyle, 9 times out of 10, yes, that problem is going to come back, right? It's all about maintaining. So after you complete the process of the herbs, right, you'll just do a 6 month maintenance, a 3 month maintenance, but you also have to keep a clean diet. You have to balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, mhm.
If somebody comes to you and they say, "Look, Mama Rose, I need you to give me something that is going to make me feel 10 years younger. I'm gonna get a pep in my step. I'm gonna get some energy.
Mhm.
Is there a formula? Is there a route? Is there a product? Is there one thing that you could say, take this for 6 months and you'll be fine? Or no, it's something more involved than that, than just taking a compound.
For them to look younger, Ratty,
No,
boy,
no,
that's
not,
a
not
go.
no. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. I don't want you to turn magician. No, no. No, but I'm talking about feeling,
Energy
feeling,
wise.
energy wise. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So whether you believe it or not, that beetroot, it's a good one, right? You do beetroot to build up your energy. uh Maca, strongback, all of those things. But first, before you build your energy, if you feel sluggish, like I
Mm,
said, what's going on why you feel so sluggish? It could be parasite, overgrown candida, right? From all that sweet or from all that processed food. So first you have to get rid of that. So if someone come to me and says they feel sluggish and the energy is low, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a parasite cleanse. And I will ask, how is your bowel movement? Are you using the bathroom?
Mhm.
right? Because remember, they said if you're not using the bathroom, then you're full of it. So you have to use the bathroom. And a lot of people think that it's okay not to use the bathroom. If you eat
Right.
3 times for the day, you have to use the
But for
bathroom
free.
3 times for the day.
Mhm.
So being sluggish, no energy can cause from a lot of things. Not using the bathroom, dehydrated, parasite, overgrown candida. Those could be a lot of things that's going on right there.
Mhm. But you don't have one product that can deal with it, though. It would be different products, not just one
No,
product.
actually, the parasite cleanse can do it because with my parasite cleanse, the formulation in my parasite cleanse, I also incorporate slipper and bark in there and cascada sagada for you to go. So that one product will do it. And after completing that parasite cleanse, then you should feel, rejuvenate and energize. Now, if you want a more aggressive detox, then I put you on the duck flower, right? That's going to reset your entire system,
Talk
right?
to us,
So
but
you're talking.
no, sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, I'm interested in the parasite cleanse. But listen to this: the
Mhm.
Joan, producer Joan Antigua, they've been telling me about this duck flower, and I'd never heard of it. I don't think I
No.
had before. No, I don't think I had until they mentioned it.
Hmm.
So,
Never
and
heard
they're
of duck flower.
never heard of it. Talk
No.
to us about that. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
talk.
Okay, so duck flower is the most aggressive detox that the most I have created on planet Earth. It pull mucus from places that you never thought you have mucus. For some people, the process is different. Some people, you're throwing up, you're pooping at the same time, mucus running from your ears, your nose, everywhere. It cleanse the lymphatic system and reset your entire body, right? So you're talking about 6 to 8 hours a detox because it's one flower, one day. During that process, you consume um, coconut water, you keep hydrated so you can protect your liver, your kidney. You just been, it's like you're rebirthing, right? Your ever unwanted invasion, everything in your body is just being disposed, coming out of you, being purged and reset your system. So when you talk about sluggish, you're talking about cancer, you're talking about lymphatic system, prostate, colon, all of it. That one flower right there, that powerful flower, will do the trick and clean everything out and reset your body.
I'm looking at the pictures, and it looks like different types. Is it one
It's
type
the
or a
same. No, it's the same.
so why do I say different forms of it?
Because, okay, you see the bright purple?
Yeah.
That's when it just push out and coming out. With that bright dark purple down in between, that's when it bloomed to its fullest,
Hmm.
right? And it's ready. So it's the birth of the flower pushing out right there, that light purple one, until it
Hmm.
reaches the full stage where you see the dot, and then deep down you see that dark purple.
And how is it
And
prepared?
when so you can, if you have access to the fresh flower, you blend it and you drink it. If with me, because I have to bring it from Jamaica here, I have to dry it, then you soak it overnight, you blend it in the morning and you drink it. When you drink it an hour after, that's when the process start. You will feel your eyes start twitching, or you'll feel different things going on with your body, which the process is 6 to 8 hours. During that process, you will drink smoothie, nothing too heavy. You'll stay hydrated, and that's what it looks like when it's dry. So you have to soak it to reactivate it back, because right now it's sleeping right there in the womb. So you have to soak it for it to reactivate it.
Wow. And sis, you say you never heard of it either, right?
No, it looks like, you remember when you were growing up, you have this is a plant called Fifi.
Yeah. Remember
It
Fifi?
looks it yes, it looks like yes, it looks like that time because my brother used to pick out the thing and kind of blow it.
And blow it,
It
right?
kind of looks like the fresh flower looks so much like that, you know?
No, that's not the Fifi. Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
But that herbs, that duck flower been around, traditionally used. Even what's his name? Dr. Sebi
Mhm.
Okay.
used the duck flower in his formulation. And
Wow.
look
But
at it.
question
It
to you,
looks
Miss
like a
Rose.
duck.
Yeah.
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
yeah. Question to you. How much of your work mirrors or patterns that of Eastern medicine? Because as you know, in Eastern medicine, a lot it focuses more on vegetables and herbs, and like the scripture says, the herbs of the land shall heal the nation. So how much
Mhm.
of it, is work into your work, into what you do?
How much of my herbs work into Eastern medicine?
No, no, how much of Eastern medicine is factored into what you do in terms of your studying of different herbs and stuff that you use? How much of Eastern medicine is factored into that?
I would say about 40% of it. I really do believe in the way how Eastern medicine do oppose us to
Western.
our ancestor Western medicine.
Right, right.
Yeah, so about 40% of it I factored into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about cleanse, so when we're growing up, we had herb and Tyrox and Brooklux and those. So you wouldn't recommend any of those anymore in terms of for a cleanse?
Of course, definitely.
Okay,
Um
okay.
those it depends on the situation, right? Because
Mhm.
remember, when you talk about chronic as opposed to, just like you wake up and maybe this week you're not using the bathroom, or you talk about, certain things. It depends on how intense the situation is and what
Mhm.
stages it is.
Right.
So it all depends on the situation, that I will recommend that as opposed to, with other herbs and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
What's the most difficult thing you've ever treated? What's the most difficult thing to be, sickness, malady to be treated?
Cancer.
How do you deal with that? I know you said that
Well,
you starve it, you throw out your kitchen, everything in the kitchen, and
no,
it's
that's
herb.
that's me. That's
Right.
me personally. But I have two customers. The first person, it took me actually 3 years to figure that she had cancer. I didn't know until one day I was having a conversation with her, and she broke down and she told me what was going on. When she came to me, she was in and out of the hospital, doing blood transfusion, you know, not using the bathroom, and all of that. And when she came to me, she told me that she's not using the bathroom. She's in and out of the hospital. I put her on a blood cleanse, a blood support. I did the colon flush with her, and the cat's claw and the soursop leaf and bark. And going back to her doctor, doing her blood work, that's when we sit down and we have a conversation. And she said her doctor told her whatever she's doing, do not stop. And I'm like, so I said to her, what's going on with you? And then that's when she expressed to me and told me that she have cancer, and since she started taking the products, she's not in and out of the hospital anymore. That warmed my heart to know that, I had provided her with herbs, and don't even know, what, to the extent of what was going on with her, because the only thing that she had put to the table was she's not using the bathroom and she's doing transfusion, right?
Mm.
Another customer that I have is at the market on Sunday. Healthy guy, he do Ricky, he walk around, he takes the product, and out of nowhere he went to the doctor and they told him he have stage 3 cancer. At that point, I put him on old man's beard. I put him on Guinean weed, cheney root, and so far he's doing good. So it's Mr. Ratty is real out here in the world with people. You know, the air we breathe, the food we eat, it's messing up every organ, every inch of our body. You know, as for male, we don't talk about the male enough. We focus on the female, but the male are feeling it too.
Let me let me just stop you right there. Please forgive me. As you mentioned male, I have a male who's feeling it and he's on the line. Sir, go ahead with the
Okay.
question, please.
Good day, Mr.
No, sir.
Rattigan.
No,
Thank
no,
you for
ask,
taking the call, sir.
ask the question, sir.
Yes, hello, my dear. If you
Hello,
have
sir. How are you?
a man who is 50, 11-year-old man, and he's having a
Okay.
prostate problem, what can you give him, because sometimes, it cannot go up nor down. What can you give him to help him, ma'am? And,
Okay.
you have to give Mr. Radigan some of those stuff too, but what can you give the young man here?
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
All right, so thank you. Listen to the answer.
Okay. So for prostate, right? Is it enlarged prostate?
Oh, hold on. Let me call him back. I think it's a very enlarged prostate.
Okay. So for
Mm.
enlarged prostate, he will you heard of saw palmetto and nettle root. Those are two good combination for enlarged prostate. Or if you have oat straw or uva ursi.
Let me ask him, sir, is your prostate, are you suffering from enlarged prostate?
I think that's what the doctor is saying, that the poor man is suffering from that.
Yes, he has enlarged prostate. Yes.
Yes. So that will be the best herbs. Saw palmetto and nettle root, not the leaf.
We can
Stinging
call
nettle root.
Her number, yeah, OT, please put up back Mama Rose number. And this gentleman, disguising his voice, he lives pretty close to where you are. I'm gonna recommend that him pay a visit. Joe
Mm-hmm.
knows him very well. Joe and Antigua, they know him very well. So um
Okay.
he needs to see you. He's in pretty bad shape. Thank you very much
Okay.
for the call, sir. Good night. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a fascinating topic because you're talking about some things that we didn't hear about. And when Joan and Antigua started telling me, I'm like, okay, all right, another herbalist, but you're more than just another herbalist, you know. I'm very impressed with the things that you've said so far. And in fact, I feel like I have to try some of the products. Not the one that this gentleman called about the up and down problem. No, not that one. But I
But
really
prevention is better than cure.
well that's true. All right,
And
here's a
another
question.
thing.
Here's a
Okay, sorry,
question
go
for you.
ahead.
And forgive me, supporters, family members in the chat. Um, I have ignored your, not intentionally, but I see where some of you have asked questions. Here's the first one. What is the use of vervain, otherwise called porterweed?
Okay. And that's the blue vervain, right?
They didn't say, they just said use of vervain.
So vervain helps with sleep disorder. If you're having problem not staying asleep, vervain is good for that. It also helps with the digestive system and also helps to balance out your hormone. So vervain is good for those.
Here's another question. Lady Rose, I consume black seed oil, turmeric, black pepper, ginger, pineapple, and oregano every day. Also papaya, watermelon, and I guess that's guava or
Guava.
gaurav. Yeah. Are those ingredients over the top?
No, it's not. That's perfect because that's the best combination right there. Oregano naturally is an antibiotic. I always tell people and my customer that in your herbal cabinet or in your kitchen, you always want to have oregano because if something should have ever happened and you cannot make it to the hospital, you want oregano in your kitchen because that's a natural antibiotic, right? Black seed, great combination with oregano, and she's pairing that with the turmeric and the black pepper. So that's really good. The only question I would want to ask her is how long she been taking that for.
Okay. The person who asked that question, Mama Rose just asked a follow up. She's asking, how long have you been taking that formula? Here's another question. LW2, is duck flower preferably organically grown, and can chemicals used on other crops affect the potency and purity?
Duck flower is originally grown. You will find duck flower in many of the islands, Jamaica, Barbados. I just recently heard that I think they banned it from Barbados because of how aggressive the detox is. Not pretty sure, but it's originally grown.
What is the danger of people just kind of like just buying all of these herbs and just mixing and matching on their own without some? But okay, I see shaky. That's
Because no, there's several herbs that you cannot take long term, and there's several herbs that you cannot mix with certain things. For example, dog blood, right? It's a very powerful herb and very potent. However, if someone have high blood pressure, it's not good for them to consume dog blood because dog blood will spike your blood pressure, right? There's another herb, St. John's wort, very powerful herb, but it can only consume for short term, right? It's very dangerous if you mix St. John's wort with prescription medication. So you have to be careful of certain herbs when you're using them and the formulation that you're using them in.
So then it would be advisable for people then who are on medication to explain that to you before.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the things I always ask my customer when they're buying the herbs is the first question is, are you on prescription medication, right? If you're on prescription medication and you want to go the natural way, you always take those 2 hours apart, right? Never combine together. When consuming pharmaceutical medication and herbs, it gives you a reaction in your stomach when you take it together. It always 2 hours apart. They like to have their own space, right? So you never mix together.
Okay, I think somebody here asked about what about senna? Because a lot of people use senna, and another person asks about what about shemamaka? What is it good for?
Okay, so senna pad helps you to go, right? If you're constipated, senna pad helps you to go. However, senna is one herb that you don't want to consume daily or take too often because your body will depend on senna. That's how powerful it is. So if you consume senna every day and take it so often, you're not going to be able to use the bathroom without taking the senna because your body becomes dependent on the senna. So it's when you do senna, it's supposed to be 2 weeks on, 1 month off, not consistently. So that 2 weeks will give you enough time to break up whatever stuck poop is there and helps to clean the colon out. Then you take a break from it, 1 month off, then you can go back to 2 weeks on again.
Okay.
Okay. Shemamaka. Oh, sorry.
No. No, go ahead, please. No. You know what? Hold that point, because I have one of our most dedicated supporters here, and she's calling from Jamaica. Her name is Miss P. Everybody know her as Miss P. Miss P, I want you to meet Mama Rose. Ask a question, please. Here you go.
Good night, Mama Rose. Good night, man. Miss Daisy.
Good night.
Good night, my love. Good night, Miss P.
Class, and she touched a key. I am 55, 56. And I'm telling you, Miss, I go to drink the dog blood the other day. And I have a piece of period there. Mighty God. I did the pause. And me go boil the dog blood and drink it. Can you know how we used to drink it from country? Mama,
Make I tell you something. River come down.
How strong did you
So-
make it?
What caused that? Pardon me?
How strong did you make it?
Just pick it and boil it as a tea what we used to. Because we come from country too. My father come from St. Elizabeth like your father.
So I know dog blood also helps with stagnant blood in the womb, and it helps to stimulate menstrual flow, right? So maybe it depends on how strong you drink it, it stimulate it, right? And bring your period down. It's just like castor oil, right? Castor oil is very good for yeast infection, right? You can put it in your panty liner and you put it on. But if you put too much, it stimulates and bring your period down. So that's the same thing with the dog blood. So either you consume too much or you make it too strong and it stimulates and bring your period down.
Okay. Because when we were much younger, we used to use dog blood them time there. But me as because me with this age, me never expect that. So me just boil and drink it. Me just one nice little tree come up against me outside. So me say a long time me not drink it. So me just go drink it.
Did you use the root and the leaf?
I use, me just drop it tree and wash off and boil everything.
So
you went too far, man.
you went too far with it, man. You can't overdo it. You can't overdo it. You know, it's just, especially you haven't consumed it in so long.
You know, see it. I just clean me out in the yard, you know. I me just out me the yard and me see it. I me just dry and just drink it. Just, you know, 2 weeks to drink a long time. Me live a center now and me not see a center much. So me say, whoa, what is this? I me just go boil and drink it. Hell pop. So one of the people understand say, what you are saying is true because I can testify to the dog blood. And the one where you're sure, say name
Duck flower.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a different name.
I only know it as the duck flower and the scientific name. I'm not sure Jamaica called it a different name.
Mama, I tell you, what happened in Jamaica? Different parishes called different herbs, different name.
True.
Because you have a bush when named Madam Faith.
Yes.
You know that bush?
Yes, Madam Faith, yes.
I come where I grew in St. Mary as a child. We call it Madam Faith. But in St. Anne, they call it dog tongue.
Oh.
Yeah, in a St. Anne, they call it dog tongue and at the same bush. So sometimes we have the bush them, but because we like probably the dog flower is a scientific name, but we have it as a different name, but at the same bush. All right, the one we call vervine, we call it vervine.
Right.
Yeah.
Same bush.
It's the same thing. Blue vervain.
Right in my yard, and we have three big tree of it. Yes, but we call it vervine. Good. We used to boil it for worm and give the kids them for worm. We call it worm bush.
Are you mixing that one up with wormwood?
You understand? Worm bush. We used to boil it, give the kids for worm.
No, Miss P.
Worm bush.
No, Mama Rose is asking you, is it different than worm bush? Or is it the same thing? Are you mixing it up, or is it this two different?
No, the vervine, we used to call it, we use it as worm bush to give the children to worm. But I said one name vervine, but she said verve something else. So that's the difference.
Here's what, before you boil no more bush, you need to call Mama Rose. We don't want to lose you.
Stop pulling them up by the root and boiling them with the root and the
why you gonna mix up the vervine with the dog blood and the other one them and the dog tongue, and next thing you know you can't talk and you can't use the bathroom.
Miss P, just keep in mind when you're making the herb, right? Keep in mind that the root The root is stronger than the leaves,
Shad didn't
Yes,
laugh.
yes.
right? So when you use the root, you have to use small portion of the root.
Okay, go on back and listen. She said she'll give you a call.
Okay.
Mama Rose, she'll give you a call.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mama Rose. Explain.
Yes. So now I was explaining to her that when you use the root and the leaf, the root is more potent and stronger than the leaf. So you have to be careful when you're boiling or steeping the root, because if you make it too strong, then you're putting your body in shock, especially if you haven't consumed the herb in a long time. Right? So that's what I was trying to explain to her, to portion it out and I just pull up everything and just boil it and drink it.
Mama Rose, you see that question? You see that question? You see the question, Mama Rose?
Yeah, you know what? Yes, let's put them on some lantana camera and some periwinkle and try clean off the mucus off of them brain and see if them will come down a notch.
All
Right?
right. I'll mention that to them this Saturday. Listen to this, Hibbert. She said it's vervine. We call it, that's what we drink up here in the USA with ginger and turmeric for COVID, and put in bottle up here, add some rum and drink it every day. That's what I boil up here right through. Is that a good formula or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. And with that, I would add some oregano to that and some thyme.
Warm to the black pepper.
Now,
Because I don't see black pepper. I don't see black pepper.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some black pepper in that too. But
See,
the
me I learn-
thyme, that yeah.
I'm a quick study.
So you see that nice thyme that what we use is season up with pot of Jamaica. You see, people don't understand how powerful thyme is, right? Thyme help with your upper respiratory and open up your upper respiratory for you to breathe properly, right? So during COVID is just like any flu. It's just that it attack your upper respiratory where you can't breathe properly. That's where thyme come in, right? Thyme also helps to increase the white and red blood cell if it's lower. So those are the herbs that we use to cook with, what we take for advantage. Them have power behind them. Because if anyone should have told me that thyme was so powerful when I was a little girl, I would say you're lying. And it makes the best tea ever when you pair it with oregano.
Wow.
It
Right?
is
So
also
the
good
next
for
time,
facial cleansing. You know, like you're doing to steam your face. You boil it and you put it. It's very good for steaming. But before you move on, talk a little bit about dandelion.
Oh, I think I use dandelion in mostly every one of my formulation. That's dandelion and burdock and Jamaican sarsaparilla. Dandelion helps with free radical. It's a natural diuretic, right? So if you're retaining fluid, instead of go to the doctor, if you go pop one of them water pill there, you just go make some dandelion and drink it, right? The dandelion helps with the kidney. Dandelion. So we as women, when we turn 40, everything changes. We need magnesium. We need all of that. Dandelion contains all of that, the vitamins, the minerals, right? Magnesium, iron, copper, zinc, right? Dandelion also contains a little bit of vitamin D. So if we don't want to go to the door, go get burn up in the sun, then we take some dandelion to kind of break up the vitamin D, you see? So now it comes to pairing it with burdock. Right, burdock also.
With what?
Burdock root.
Okay.
Right, I like to pair dandelion with burdock root. So burdock is you hear they talk about sea moss. Sea moss have 96 of the minerals that your body need. Burdock root have the 102 minerals that your body need. Right, it helps with the digestive system. It helps to eliminate toxic from the blood. It helps with the liver and the kidney. It helps to flush it, right? It's antiviral, antimicrobial. It cleans the blood. Burdock root and dandelion paired together is awesome. Helps with free radical. What is free radical? Cancer cell. You understand what it does? It helps to stunt the growth. So dandelion is a really go-to. When I use dandelion root, I pair it with dandelion leaf. right?
Okay, so you say, so can you use the tea for an extended period of time, or do you you talk earlier about being 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off with senna? Is it possible to use dandelion consistently as a
Yes, you
tea,
can.
whatever, you know?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Um,
You
And can you
when you
chop it
get
up
to
and
the
put it in
six
like
months,
vegetables?
that's the leaf. So you
Yeah,
have
can
the
you chop it up?
yes, you can.
Okay.
And then you can use the leaf and the root also to make tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Together.
Together, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
there's a question there from Freedom. It says, I'm not sure if, yeah, you did, you spoke about moringa seeds, but can you go over it a little bit?
Um, so people use the moringa seed also. Everyone know that moringa is a tree of life, right? Moringa helps with every and anything. If you're looking for a one a day vitamin, that's moringa. That's the way to go, right? The seed, you chew on the seed daily. The seed will helps with high cholesterol, diabetes, provide the vitamins and the nutrients. It's a nutrients dense food. That's what moringa is. So yes, the seed is very good to consume, but also while consuming this seed, you also want to drink the tea with the leaves and the stems. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you, Ratty.
Yeah, so how about the root?
No,
Oh, hold
not the
on,
ruin.
hold on a second. Now laugh about the root, but Miss P find this topic so interesting that she has called back. Miss P, go ahead,
Mhm.
please.
Yeah. Even again, you know me I talk about dandelion. Me have it in my yard wild. But I never know said if the leaf could I drink.
Yes.
That's why me
Yes.
call up, you know, me have the dandelion in my yard. 2 days ago, me weed up a whole heap on that way. And enough. So wait some if it boil the leaf.
And the
So
root.
instead of throwing them away, you pick them, you wash them, you dry them, and you put them into a glass container, right? So when you don't have any more in your backyard, you can just go into the glass container, go take out some and make it tea instead of throw them away. Cause what if another Melissa come? Then what you gonna do when you don't have no dandelion? You have to prepare.
Well, I didn't have it enough before, but Melissa carry whole heap. And they come, come and let Melissa spring up. So when you say me
Yes.
must boil the leaf, where leaf good for?
So Miss P.
If you
Okay, correction, right? You don't boil herbs, right? When you boil herbs, you kill the property of the herbs. You steep the herbs, right? So when you boil up the water and the water start boiling, you put the herbs in there and then you take it off of the fire and cover it and make it steep. You want it to gently extract the medicine from the herbs and not boil it out.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when you consume dandelion, it helps to detoxify the kidney and it's also a natural diuretic. So you don't want to consume it late evening because then you're going to be up all night peeing. Okay.
Ooh. So it good for sinus.
It helps clean out mucus. It helps with free radicals. It helps to purge the body.
Okay. Oh, what a wonderful show. The show nice tonight, bud. All right, thanks.
All right.
We know what to do.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Okay.
Somebody had asked a question about what did he ask about? Shema Maka. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore that question. He asked what Shema Maka good for, right? So it's an anti-inflammatory herbs. It helps to clean the blood, right? So Shema Maka tea is it eliminate excessive mucus from the body. Now our body need mucus to fight bacteria, but excessive mucus, that's when you run into problem. So that's where shea maka come through. So those are some of the benefits of using shea maka, and it
Uh,
also helps with the digestive system.
Petra asks, what is good for high blood pressure?
High blood pressure, hawthorn berry. That simple little berry right there. Hawthorn berry. Burdock root. Dandelion, the same thing. All three of those together. Great for high blood pressure.
And then we have Jillian said, Jillian says, where's Jillian? She said something about oregano. Oh, she said, I got some oil of oregano. There it is. 2,000 milligram and D3 plus K2 black seed oil. Almost knocked me down. So Shafi gave a call.
Okay.
She probably should have stopped right now, not take any more and then call.
Why almost knock her down?
Jillian, you hear the question? Why did it almost knock you down? Let
And
us
where did
know.
you get it?
Well, but look like we have a whole heap of herbalists in the chat here because the people are say Malin Fletcher said dandelion root is a liver tonic as well, remove waste and toxins from your joints. Great support for healthy gut flora. Somebody asked, Rolva asked, what if you swallow the seeds like tablets? I guess they're talking about
Moringa.
moringa, yeah.
That's fine because when it get down in the intestine, it's gonna break down and separate and do its thing.
Marie Lizzie said, Doctor, living in foreign country, which herb can we buy for menopause?
Danque.
Oh, Chinese? You speak Chinese now? Well,
You have danque, you have chaserberry, and you have red clover. Ashwagandha is also great for menopause.
okay. All right. I hope, Marie Lizzie, I hope you can. I hope you're listening carefully and you write that down. But if not, Mama Rosa will come forward, so we can always have the conversation again. Cindy Campbell asked, "What's good for high cholesterol?"
Moringa.
Okay. Judith Hibbert says, "I heard that chocho and hibiscus tea is good for high blood pressure. True or false?"
True, very true. Chocha now become the number one or the top selling in America. You go in the store, don't care how small the chocha is, you pay $4 for it. And not only the chocha itself, but the chocha leaf is very good also.
All right. 401 Eastbound said, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
No, you're good. Hibiscus tea, hibiscus also good for the gut. If you have constipation or if you have bloated, hibiscus is good for that too.
401 Eastbound said there's more than one kind of dandelion. Please explain to her. I guess her meaning Miss P.
With the wild dandelion?
Yeah, Marie Liz is saying that there's more than one type. And so can you explain the different types? If it makes a difference.
It does. So you have the wild dandelion that grows like a flower. They're short, right? And then you have the dandelion that grows really tall where you get the root from it and everything, right? So sometimes you'll drive down the highway and you see the wild dandelion. I don't recommend for you to pick those dandelion and use them as medicinal purposes.
Why?
Because, how can I put it? Let me see. The chemical,
maybe all the chemicals from
everything,
the street,
the chemical, the toxic, everything that from the street, from the highway, those wild dandelion, right? You don't know if there's any toxicity in it that's gonna let off in your system. So I don't recommend those, right?
Okay.
As opposed to farming and growing the dandelion and stuff like that. Even though in Jamaica you'll see the dandelion, but it's totally different from in America. You're driving down the street and seeing the dandelion on the highway.
Okay, here's another one. Latoya Williams says, I have flu very often. What can I use?
Your immune system is weak, so you need to strengthen your immune system, right? Elderberry, astragalus, echinacea, you need to build your immune system. So herbs like that, I would suggest to incorporate in your daily life to build your immune system.
I have one question for you from me, and that is, I don't sleep much, Mama P. I sleep I don't know, 3 hours a night, sometimes 2 hours. And it's been decades. It's not something that just happened. It's been several decades. I can't sleep for the optimum level for me is about 5 hours. If I go beyond that, I just get up and I feel sluggish and I start having joint pains. If I sleep for 8 hours, it takes me about 2 days to get back to normal. And I've tried, I've you name the herb, I've tried it. Then when I try the prescription medication now, it sometimes you feel like you have a hangover when you wake up. So I stay away from that. So now I'm still sleeping 2-3 hours a night. Help.
Mr. Ratty, the first thing I gotta tell us if you do, quiet down your mind. Okay? Quiet down your mind.
Too much things are going up there.
Too much are going upstairs. Quiet down your mind.
Rattigan,
Right?
leave Athena alone.
But there's several herbs that I use for that with my customers who can't sleep. Damiana is a powerful herb that traditionally been used back in the days. People used to even smoke it for a mile high, you know. So that's a good herbs. Damiana, lemon balm, lavender, chamomile, and valerian root. I like to mix those 5 together.
Okay.
And
Because
drink.
because you know what? I've taken them individually and them no work.
Together.
I've taken valerian,
Mhm.
nothing. I've taken chamomile, nothing. And one of the others you mentioned, just nothing.
No, together. So lavender, lemon balm, damiana, chamomile, and valerian root. Those 5 pairs together, and those should knock you out. If those don't knock you out, then you have to get your mind right. Your
I'm
mind
going to
right. That
confirm
race
what
too
you just
much.
said, Miss Rose. I have this tea that I drink. I drink this brand of tea, Newly, and it is a sleep slumber, chamomile and lavender with valerian root. So let me give you the rest of the herbs that are in there. Chamomile flowers, lavender flowers, lemon balm leaf, licorice root, valerian root, passion flower, hop flowers, all organic. And I'm telling you, this is good. It
Yeah.
is good. Yeah. Yeah. You want to go get a
And
good night? Yeah, this is good.
that
You
is
know,
good too. And another thing that you can consume that calm your nerves too is soursop leaf.
Yeah,
yeah,
soursop leaf. Yeah.
no, so Jillian said, I must stop reading those documents. And I tell you what, my typical 24 hours for me. I'll do the show, right? And then I'll come off whenever I come off. And then I'll go and I'll start looking at some documents, or my mind is saying, start think about some other things and say, I need to do this and I need to do that. And then I'll watch TV until like around 4. If I'm not working, I'll watch till about 4 and then I'm up by 6. And then I'll go through the whole day. And then at same time, I'll repeat it. I'll go to bed, I'll finish a show, and then, like for example, on a Saturday, I'll get up like around 5 o'clock, and I won't go to bed until maybe 3 or 4 Sunday. So I'm up for like 23 hours. And it's something that's been going on for decades. But like you said, I know I have a lot on my mind because this government of Jamaica, yeah, I mean,
But Mr. Ratti, see the bad thing too is the TV. The
Mm.
lighting, the frequency in the TV, they designed the TV a way to keep you up. You understand? So instead of watching the TV, it's best if you go read a book.
you want to hear something? I cannot sleep in silence. I cannot sleep after sleep. You know what? After
Wow.
sleep, I used to sleep with the radio on and the TV on, and then I'm doing something else. I have to be stimulated before I could. If you turn off the lights, and I have to have the lights on as well. If you turn off the lights, and you turn off the TV, and you turn off the phone, and you turn off everything, I cannot sleep.
Really?
Cannot sleep.
Wow,
So
I
choose
would
some
never be
music
able to
then.
sleep.
Well, what I do, I'm listening to music, I'm watching TV, I'm reading a book. I do like 3 or 4 things. Like for
No.
example, when I'm working, it's hard for me to work. I have to have the music blaring next to me, and then I can concentrate. If I have music or something loud, I can concentrate. If it's just quiet, it's hard.
No, Sammy, if you go carry up in the wilderness, 40 days and 40 nights. uh-uh.
Them have Rattigan, Rattigan have their way, man, reading too much paper, man. Stop reading. Them have
Yeah,
their
no,
way.
sir. Him
We need for you to be
40 days and
focused.
40
I could
nights and then
not
come back
sleep.
down.
No,
No, I could not sleep in any form of noise. No noise, no TV, no radio, no. I have to have some light, but not not focused on me. No, some light, it's somewhere. But that noise, I couldn't do the noise.
no, I have to
And
have the
in
noise.
general, no, in general, I cannot do noise. I like peace and quiet. So, and that's why people see me always by myself, because I like solitude. I like quietness. I couldn't do that.
I'll give you an example. Like last night, and OT can confirm it. I was up last night working on a project until I did a program last night with Mystic, and came off, and then started talking to OT, started doing some stuff, and I was on the phone with a gentleman, and I didn't get off until after 1. And what did I do after 1? Just go watch some TV till about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then sleep about 2 hours, and then get up, and that's it. And I haven't slept since then. Since I've been up since 5, 6 this morning, and that's it. And the same
Mr.
thing going to
Rocky,
happen tonight. I'm telling you, I'm at maximum I'm going to get tonight 3 hours maximum.
that's
Mm-mm.
not good. Do you know that the body heals when it's sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's how I look at it. When you sleep, you miss things. Things happen, and you want to know where I'm going. You don't want nobody to tell you. You want to know where I'm going. So.
Let me tell you what my routine is right now. I just had my chamomile tea. When I'm finished, I'm going to drink my cabbage juice and go to bed. And I'm good to go.
Then you're good to go.
No,
Yeah.
so Judith is like Judith says she sleep with gospel or PSM playing and my nightlight on.
Nightlight.
When did
That's too much.
when did I develop this sleep? Decades, Freedom, decades. I can't
It
remember.
could be your conditioning, your work conditioning in Rattigan that contributed to that.
Yeah, I guess so. I just can't sleep. 3 hours, 2-3 hours, I'm good. There
That's
was
not
a time
good.
when I was working, I would sleep for 1 hour and then I just get up and just go.
That's not good though.
Well,
See, you putting more on your body that needs to be there. You have to rest. The body needs to rest. Because when the body is in its relaxed state, resting, that's when it heals.
you know what?
So,
You know what I do
mhm.
sometimes I'm trying to fall asleep and I say, you know what? I need to get up and do an ATI for the government. And I just get up and just start write ATIs.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
Rattigan, you're writing ATIs while Andrew's fast asleep
That's true.
after, transferring money there, opening a bank account there, and giving out a house there, and shaking a hand there, and cutting a ribbon for that one house, and you're busy sending your ATI. So Andrew now knows, so you're not sleeping at night because you're
They
busy
know.
writing ATIs.
No, they know because when they look at the time, they say 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock. And then them see it right through the day, them say 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock,
Oh,
1 o'clock.
See, you know what they say, Rattigan? They say, wait, this man he doesn't have a life.
That's true.
He has
I-
made us for his project, his pet project. He needs to go learn crocheting.
Them say him have nothing better to do.
so you need to get a
Oh,
humidifier,
I
right?
have a humidifier. The humidifier is right
So
next to where I
use
work.
so no, you don't need it where you work. You need to put it in your room.
No. It's right in
And
my room. I have a desk in the room. So I get up from my bed and I just walk 2, 3, 4 steps, and I'm sitting in the chair. And that's why I tell you, I can, in the middle of the night, sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm watching TV and I get bored and then something to say, hey, do an ATI on this. And I say, all right. And I just get up and then I just go right there and the humidifier is right there. So the noise is right there. And then I turn on my music after the music.
Not that humidifier. You need the one that you put essential oil in. And you're going to put lavender essential oil in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can calm down the room and calm down that mind of yours.
Oh, and
so it can help relax you to go to sleep.
Yeah, Boom Clash said too much coffee. And the thing is, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee, period. Don't.
It's not coffee and it's not caffeine. It's your mind.
Well, I tell you what. You know what? I tell you what, Mama Rose. I've made a decision that I am going to be passionate about certain things for the rest of my days. And one of them is about my people. Mm-hmm. And I realize that, you know, sometimes when you depend on people to do things, they don't get done. You have to do them. And I've been waiting for civil society in Jamaica to rise up and challenge the government, any government, but this government has been there for 10 years. And I'm saying, what has civil society done to improve the lot of the ordinary Jamaican? And I really, to be honest with you, I really haven't seen where they've made an impact. They put out some statements and that's it, you know. And so I said, I have to do whatever I can. And one of the things that we do is we try to educate our people, let them know what's going on, so that they can be armed with information and can take appropriate action. And when I say appropriate action, I mean legal. And that's my passion right now. That is my passion. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to write ATIs. I want to irritate the government and irritate them in a good, irritate them so that they'll start doing the right thing. Not irritate them and say, you know, cuss them out, but irritate them and say, look, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Please do a course correction and take care of the people. That is my passion. And by the way, people, all of you who say, me need to go sleep and stuff, you're going to be very proud of the announcement we're going to make on Saturday. Believe me, trust me, you're going to be you're going to say, all right, that's fine. That's worth not sleeping. That is worth not sleeping. When you see what's going to happen on Saturday.
Sleep 8 hours tonight.
Eh?
Which means you're going to sleep 8 hours tonight and we're going to be proud of you.
No, I can't sleep 8 hours. Cannot. If I sleep 8 hours, Mary, I'm telling you, if I sleep 8 hours.
If you sleep 8 hours, Rattigan, tomorrow when you wake up here, Sir Andrew wants to do something even more egregious than him right now.
I'm not afraid of that.
And that's when you're going to say, see, sleep too long.
That's what you're going to say. Yeah, you miss things. You miss things. The 8 hours behind writing that ATI. I'm going to say, if I was awake, I write the ATI right now. But no.
Exactly.
No.
Okay. Somebody just asked me what papaya and soursop leaf good for. So papaya leaf is good for parasite. It helps to clean the blood, and it also helps to support the digestive system and your palate. Soursop leaf. So I use the soursop leaf and the inner bark. Right, soursop leaf helps to support a healthy heart, build the immune system, helps with free radical. It's antiseptic and antiviral. So, and also helps with parasite. Soursop leaf also helps with people who are undergoing chemo, as it helps to keep the nausea at bay. Right, guava leaf helps with hair loss. So if you find your hair, you're losing your hair, guava leaf is very good for that. Guava leaf also helps with high blood sugar and also helps with bloating and digestive system.
Where
yes, I'm sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, where do you see yourself? Because you are a wealth of knowledge, and we've had Dr. Ben and we've had Lady English on the program, and they provided invaluable information. And I'll ask you the question that I've asked them: where do you see yourself, like, another 2-3 years? I know you have a very thriving business, but where would you like to? Where would you like to go?
In 3 years,
Hmm.
I would love to go back home and
Okay.
run my business from back home. The reason for going back home, I want to remind our culture, the Jamaican people, about tradition, our ancestors, what we use back then, as opposed to, popping a pharmaceutical pill. Um, Not because we are so advanced in Jamaica with technology, the TV, the phone, that don't mean we have to do what the other nation does. We stick to our culture, our roots, with the tradition medicine, and, embrace it, teach our
Mhm.
children what our forefathers taught us and how to use it. Let them know that they can rely on the land for healing, for eating, and for everything,
Mhm.
as opposed as, going into the store, or, you know, walking into the pharmacy. You turn to the land. So in 3 years, yeah, I would
What
love
is
to see
Busy
myself
Vera
back
good?
home.
What
Hmm?
is what is Busy Vera good for?
Busy Vera, is there another name for that?
Must be busy them I talk about.
So busy, growing up in Jamaica, that's one of the herbs that my great grandmother used to use whenever we eat something and we're allergic to it. Is like opposed to Benadryl. You take the
No.
busy if you get a reaction to something that you eat. If that's
Mhm.
the same thing that they're talking about.
I think it's the same thing. Um, look at this one. Look at this question right here. What is the health benefits of neem?
Okay. Neem is good for good bacteria and bad bacteria in the gut. So while it's eliminating the bad bacteria, it's promoting the good bacteria in the gut. Neem also helps to clean the blood, and also a great herb for your hair if you're losing your hair too. So
Hmm.
not just for the intestinal, but also for the hair.
Here's another one.
That's a good herb.
Can you mix moringa and soursop leaves? I think you addressed that already.
Definitely, yes, you can.
Okay. Here's another one. I have so much pain from my shoulder to my fingers.
What causes the pain? Inflammation.
Then say, then say, Nia Burn.
Okay, so
Uh, Go ahead.
that can be from a lot of things. Too much inflammation. If you just wake up with pain in the shoulder down to the fingers, are you on the computer all day with your fingers, right? That can be carpal tunnel from using the computer, or general arthritis, right? So you want to take herbs like turmeric and black pepper or devil's claw to help eliminate some of that inflammation from your body.
What's the hype about soursop bitters on the market? Should I trust these retailers?
Okay, so soursop bitters, right? Soursop is not bitter, but because of
No.
the potency and what soursop does for the body, um, they use the name soursop and call it soursop bitters. So the soursop bitters is a combination of different herbs that they're using, but they just name it soursop bitters. So it have moringa, it have neem, it have wormwood, and of course the soursop leaf in it. And for some reason, I guess someone come up with the name and call it soursop bitters.
Okay. Speaking of arthritis, what is the best treatment for rheumatoid arthritis?
Soursop leaf, devil's claw.
All right. Folks, listen, we're going to stop it right there. But here's what we're going to ask you to do. We want you to reach out to Mama Rose. OT, please put the please. Oh, there it is.
You want to say
There it is
hi?
on the screen. It is on the screen, everybody. My info, www.amarose.com, info@amarose.com, 754-800-8143. And there's a website right there. So what we need you to do is screenshot that. Because I know a lot of you, I know a lot of you have a lot of questions. And Mama Rose has a way of just breaking it down to the basics so that you understand. And notice she, when you ask a question, boom, she answered the question right away. She just get to it. So we could have even, when she comes back, we're going to do this. We're going to just have you ask a question and we'll just show them up and she just answer the questions. You have a young lady next to you there, Amber Rose. We want, hey, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good.
What is your name? Introduce yourself to us.
My name's Amiri.
Oh, so the company is named after you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How involved are you in the business?
Well, I do have my own product. Yeah. I have lip gloss.
Oh wow.
Oh,
What
you
is that?
have lip gloss. Hey, what? I love that
Plant-based
pro.
lip gloss.
What is that made from?
It's made from coconut oil, vitamin E oil, vegan Versigel, and it also has flowers in it.
Oh,
No.
nice.
Now, did you come up with this on your own, or did somebody help you, or how did you start up with this product?
Well, I came up with it.
Wow. How much of an influence does mom have on you?
Well, I do have like a couple products.
No, that's not the question. He asked what influence do I have on
Influence,
you?
yeah.
What kind of influence?
Yeah,
Well,
meaning
ask him to break it down. He's
yeah.
gonna tell you.
What I'm asking is that, are you following mom's footsteps, or how did you get involved in making lip balms and other things of that? Because I hear it from good source that you are involved deep in the business and that you're following mom's footsteps. I'm just asking, is it true? How much of an influence is mom rubbing off on you? How about that?
Well, my mom has been doing the business since I was a baby.
Oh wow. And what were you doing with the business when you were a baby? Huh? Were you helping to carry the things, or were you looking over mom's shoulders and watching her mix and blend and formulate and all of that stuff?
I was mostly watching her make the products
Mm-hmm.
and selling them.
Okay.
Okay. When
He's giving a
you
good start.
yeah, she's off to a good start. What would you
Yeah.
like to be at this point in your life? What do you think you'd like to do when you grow up?
I think I would like to keep like making progress in the business and maybe put more products in.
Now, are your products sold on mom's website, or do you have your own website?
It's sold on her website.
OT, fling about the website so the people them can see. Because we have to support the business, You understand me? OT with the website there. Fling up the website there, please. No, but it's good though that you have her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Keep it in the family. So
And
Thank you.
especially see Rattigan in our culture, we are raised to go to school, get an education, to go and work for somebody else. Very rarely it is about go to school, get an education, come and work for yourself and build your own business and start, to build generational wealth. So hats off to you, Miss Rose, for bringing her in the business from early and helping her to understand the value of a dollar. Because when she does this, when she puts the work in, she will treat money with respect.
true.
Yeah. Thank you.
True.
Thank you.
And people, by the way, people are complimenting you about your skin tone. Both of you. People are
Oh
complimenting.
gosh, yes. Love the afro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Put up the information. You just had it a while ago with the website and the telephone number and and all of that.
Hmm.
No, that's not it. No, 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 no. Ah, there it is. There. No, you just. Yeah, there it is. There it is, folks. There it is, right there. Screenshot it, please. Screenshot it. I mean, this is about supporting one of our own, or two of our own, and it's a flim flam product. This, right? I mean, call, make an appointment, go see both of these wonderful, wonderful black women um, doing wonderful things for our communities. We need to support them. Far too often we run to and we run to the Walmart or CVS or wherever, and then we support, the Fortune 500 companies whose products have a whole bunch of chemicals. They're not good for us. You don't even know what they're putting inside of some of these things. Some of the words you can't even pronounce them. And here we're going right back to where we came from. We're going back to the soil, right? We're going back to the soil. And when I say soil, we're talking about the soil of Jamaica. So I want you, please, I want you to support these two ladies. Please, I'm asking you. Support them, support them, support them. And Joyful, some say, Miss Rose, I wish you and your daughter great success, blessings. Oh, Gillian Morris, I want a lip gloss of yours. We'll check the website. See?
Okay.
All right. Now, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say in parting? Both of you.
I just want to say, thank you for having me on the show. And, to the people, my pain became my business. Um, the herbs do work. If you take the time to change your mindset, pair the herbs with lifestyle changes, and be patient. Natural herbs does not work over time. It takes time.
Mhm.
As it works the bloodstream, it works to correct the root of the issue and not a quick fix. So be patient with the herbs, love the herbs, and the herbs will love you back. You know,
Yeah.
until next time, thank
I
you.
wish you guys could see the chat. Jillian saying, I hope that her mom is letting her know how to maintain her natural beauty. Um, somebody was saying, I was saying sisters, then I heard mom. somebody, said, somebody said I
Yes,
need her.
but
Somebody said I need a herbalist. Blessings to mommy and her daughter. Keep up the great work. I mean, you should see the chat. People love you. People love you.
thank you.
Both
Those
of
are
you.
some of the things that I instill in her. Love herself for who she is. Wear her natural hair, and I think that's one of the reason why we also decided to homeschool her, and we don't put her in public school either.
Wow.
So, yeah. So thank you for the words of encouragement.
Well, we're looking forward to your next visit, and consider this place your home. All right.
Thank
Don't go
you.
anywhere else. Anywhere else you can
Okay.
visit, but this is your home. This is your base.
Okay. Okay.
Mary,
Yeah, one.
Okay.
Mama.
Yes, and I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
And to your pretty little daughter, power to you, my dear. Power to the people.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
guys. Have a good night. You
All
too.
right.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Wow, man. I feel so. I don't know. I feel so good inside to have people like these on
Yes.
the program. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Really
Yes.
feel good about
Having
it.
her daughter, yeah,
Yeah.
that made the evening even more worthwhile. Because you see, she's teaching her from now the value of investing in herself,
Right.
believing in herself and investing in herself. So that's a very good thing. And too often we're buying products that are not even made for us.
Right. Right.
So it's
True.
awesome.
Products made without us in mind, except as
Hmm.
consumers. Bring the dollars in,
Hmm.
and that could care less what happens to you. Again,
Exactly.
many, many thanks to Murray and her lovely mom, Mama Rose, for coming on, and we look forward to seeing them. And I want to say big up to producer Joan Antigua for getting both of them on the program.
Hmm.
Sometimes you don't know what's out there, and sometimes it's
Yes.
scary.
Yes.
So
It
just
takes
want
a village,
yes, indeed. All right, before we go, Sis, what you want to talk about? I have you heard about the 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 diaspora conference? Are you want to talk about the? Let's pick a topic. Which topic? What you want to talk about before we go?
Can we? Okay, the tax office, the TAJ, finding 11 used car companies for not paying, for not filing it, for filing zero taxes while making how many billions of dollars. Juxtapose that to the prime minister, who did the very same thing and is yet to be held accountable. We see that. And also, can we talk about, I saw we're talking about the murder rate, the mother and daughter that were killed in Clarendon. You know, the acts of violence against women and children seem to be on the rise, and I don't see anything coming out of the parliament in terms of legislation to, you know, protect women and children in a serious way. And, you know, when you talk about the statistics for crime, that murders have gone down and crime is down, but what about all those missing children that are yet to be found? What about those women who have gone missing? And, you know, so all of those. So we can talk a little bit about those two things.
You know, we say Jamaica is content rich, and we say it often enough that people have actually started saying it frequently. But and it's true, Jamaica is content rich, because there is so much going on that you start talking about a subject and you start digging into it, and while you're digging into it, you have 2 or 3 major stories that just fly past you, and so you have to decide whether or not it's going to be depth or breadth. Is it going to be
right?
You know, you just touch the story and move on, or are you going to stick with a story and then you go deep? And that's the dilemma that we have here, because every day there is something coming out of Jamaica. The crime statistics, I can tell you, and we don't have the latest report from the JC if we don't have it up, but we're going to put it up this Saturday, and we're going to put up what they're saying on their website, and we're going to put up 2 documents I received from them, one last week Saturday and one several months prior, and you're going to see a distinct difference. And I hope you'll ask yourself the question, what's going on here? Because all three statistics cannot be correct at the same time, cannot be correct. And then especially when you look at like the one I have in my hand right now, and you can clearly see where they're whiting out categories and they're whiting out numbers. This doesn't look good, but we'll talk more about that. The TAJ.
Yeah, but also in the crime statistics, Rattigan, do they factor in the drug fines into their overall crime statistics? Because all those drug fines that have taken place and no one has been arrested, no one has been held accountable for it, and then we see what happened at CTalk. So you know, so in my opinion, the reporting is not complete if all of those things are not put in it and made, you know, and the findings made public. So
no, and
you find it hard to believe what they say.
And they have no interest in doing that. What you're proposing, they have no interest in doing that, because it is only going to show how inept, it is only going to show how ineffective they are as a unit. And remember, no, their motto is what? Protect, serve, and reassure. And you tell me, how are they protecting us? How are they serving us? And how are they reassuring? Oh, there is what? All right, OT. What we're going to do is that OT beat me to the punch. What we're gonna do this Saturday? You see that thing on the screen, that chart on the screen. We're gonna look at the 2023, 2024. We're gonna compare them. But what we're also going to do is we're going to go back to 2016 because we have stats going back to 2016. And I can tell you, go up, OT, please. All right. I can tell you one thing, right? For 2024, you see they have death investigation 172, right? 172 death investigation, 172. In the chart they just sent me for 2024, it's 103. 69 bodies just disappear out of that category. And that's 2024. And I'm looking at 2024 now that they sent me. And then, for example, let me see which one is this. We'll have to get them side by side so people can see. Decomposed body found. 2024, it's 58. All right. Decomposed body found. Right? You see that 2024, it's 58. Decomposed body found on the one that I just got, 0.
But before you go there, I'm trying to understand where you have 2024 death investigation 172. So the grand total was 291.
They add up 2023 and 2024.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is
in that case, Rattigan, adding up both years, would that wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able to get a clear sense of what the statistics were for 2024. Help me to understand that part.
Yeah, well, 2024, they have the 2024 numbers right there, right? So what they did was, I don't know why they added them up, unless they're trying to say 2 years. I may have asked them, I'm not sure, to give me the totals for the 2 years. But 2024 is you start from the top and then you go down. But what you're going to see on Saturdays, you're going to see that some of those categories are gone, and you can clearly see that somebody used a whiteout and they wiped them out. And then you're also going to see the numbers change. You're going to see the numbers change by a lot. And so you ask yourself the question, can you trust these numbers? You can't trust these numbers. When I put this up, because this is the latest one, right? And this one goes back to 2016. Now, what I don't think they're aware of is that we have the stats for 2016 all the way up to 2024. And so now they give this to me from 2016 to 2025. So we can compare and contrast. It's not like they're giving this to us and we don't have anything that we can look at and say, but here are some numbers you gave us. So how come the numbers are different? And the numbers are different because, folks, they're playing the shell game. They're moving stuff around because they have to make sure that murder rate is low. That's what they're doing. And
optics.
So some of the,
it's optics. Yes, it's not, they're not serious about, because I have nothing against the murder rate coming down. However, it does not seem organic to me. And I'm a lay person. So only a person in law enforcement like yourself would be better able to explain, to say yay or nay, one way or the other. Does it look organic to you?
Yeah, there's something wrong there. It's just a huge problem. OT, can you remove that, please, and then just put up the thing with Minister Terry Long. I just want to show the folks one thing before we go. Okay. All right. Is this it? Go up. The one where, yes, that's it. Go up, please. All right. Stop right there. Stop right there. No. Yeah. All right. See this, folks? No, there's a huge problem going on, and it's getting traction, and that is the Diaspora election that's ongoing right now, and the whole issue regarding the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. I just want to quickly point out something to you. All right, OT, can you kindly remove that? Let me just show the folks something here, please. Thank you. 1 second. Where is okay? Here it is. Is this it? Hold on 1 second, folks. Weren't planning on doing this. All right, here we go. Where? All right, here we go. All right. Here we talk about this. I just want to show you one thing, but it's in several. Or I want to talk about one issue, but it's in several places in this document. And then the what OT just put up, I'm going to ask her to put it up again once I'm done with this. The first thing I want to show you about this is that, see, it says updated as of 13th of October. That's 2 days before the nomination period began. 2 days before. So they already know that I was going to put it in, so they come up with this. But I'll show you something here. Show you something. And I've said it before, but every time I read this document, I find something else. All right, look at this. See this? It says, it is important to note. There it is. It is important to note that the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is not an arm of the government of Jamaica. Keep that in mind. It is not an arm of the government of Jamaica. And if it's not an arm of the government of Jamaica, it should be disassociated from the government of Jamaica. That's essentially what they're saying. Look at the next sentence. It says, consequently, the views expressed by council members do not represent the views of the government of Jamaica. How do they know what views you're going to express? Because remember, they're the ones asking you to go out and do things. And it says the views, they didn't say what, it doesn't say what views, it's right here. Right here. The views expressed by council members do not represent the views of the Jamaican government. And then they say the work of the council is also, so what is it? First and foremost, they say it's also advisory, meaning something else. So keep that in mind. It is not an arm of the government, right? And therefore, when you speak as a council member, you speak on your own. You don't speak for the government of Jamaica. It doesn't matter. It says the views you express doesn't clarify. And then you come to this. You come to this. 30 members, right? 14 elected. So what about the other 16? Here it is. The remaining 16 members should be appointed. And appointed by whom? By Mr. Terry Long.
That is unacceptable.
It is right there. Appointed from the diaspora in Jamaica by the minister with responsibility for diaspora affairs. Now remember what he said, it is not an arm of the government. But yet he's appointing the majority of the members. More than 50% of the members are appointed. And they're appointed by this gentleman. Now, let me just quickly show you this right here. If it's not an arm of the government, then what the hell is this doing up there? This. What is this doing right here? Let me bring it up, Sister Data, so you can see it. There it is right there. It is not an arm of
Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, yeah.
It's not an arm of the government, but the logo is there. So what your logo doing on something that you're disassociate yourself from it? You say it is not an arm of the government. Then we can go on and I can show you so many things inside here. Look at this one here. The minister may appoint one individual, the minister, right? And look at this one here. It is, see this? It is led and supported by 4 individuals. Now remember what they said. They said it is not an arm of the government, but we see the logo is there. We see them appointing the majority of the members, and we see that it is led and supported by 4 individuals, 3 of whom are government officials. And the 4th is a person whom they have appointed. Think about that. But it is not an arm of the government. It have nothing to do with the government. And then it goes on to say right there, let me just see something the government can do that nobody else can do. Says here, the government can kick people off. Oh, look at this. The ministry is going to identify the annual priority areas for engagement. Not the diaspora, it's the ministry going to do that. And I want to show you where the minister can kick people off. We're getting there. Okay. We're almost there. Oh, here it is. The chair, and who's the chair? Mr. Terry Long, may terminate people. All right? So now what we see now, we see it says it's not an arm of the government. And when you speak on your own. But we have our logo on it. We run it. And we can kick people off whenever we want. But remember, it is not an arm of the government. Now, OT, I won't go any further. I just need you to put up that document again, please. And remember what I told you, that they have a policy, and the policy says they're going to do all of these wonderful things, but they can't do these wonderful things in a vacuum. The wonderful things has to be done by an entity. And what is that entity? The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. And remember, it is not an arm of the government. Now look at what this gentleman said. Keep going up for me, please. Keep going. 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 Stop right there, please. Stop right there. See right there. Take it up to the. Yeah, up a little bit. All right, stop right there, please. All right, look at that paragraph. See what it says? The Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and the Youth Council are core organs accounted for in our national diaspora policy. Remember, I told you that they have the policy, but in order to make the policy work, it is like think about it like black pepper and what the other herb name, what the other turmeric. That turmeric, you need black pepper to get turmeric working. So the diaspora policy, in order for it to work, you need an entity like the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. But remember what they said: the council is not is not an arm of the government. We have nothing to do with it, right? And when you speak on your own. Now look at what it says here. Their core organs are accounted for in our national diaspora policy. They serve, second sentence, they serve as formal mechanisms for enhancing collaboration between Jamaicans at home and abroad. Then go up, Opal, go up. One more line, go up. All right, stop right there. This sentence now, it says, these formal mechanisms put in place by the government. So now you tell me, how do you square that with saying that it is not an arm of the government? The government is saying, we put it in place. We run it. We tell you what to do. We can kick you off. We can do anything, but it's not an arm of the government. How do you square that?
But how do you square structured, transparent, credible, and inclusive approach? When if you ask questions, you don't get any answers. So it's just a walking contradiction.
Well, if you go to OT, take it up to go up, please. I always want to look at the last paragraph. But it's not the last one. Go down, please. No, you spin it wrong now. Well, go on here. Look like you drink too much of the vervain. Of the vervain. Go down there, OT. Go down. All right. Keep going. Keep going. I want to get to the paragraph that says while diverse views. Yes. Keep
right
going.
There, right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there. All right. You see what it says? While diverse views are healthy for democratic governance, people, this is just all talk, because guess what? Rattigan has a diverse view of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, and them say we don't want him. All right. So when what they're saying, while diverse views are healthy, they must say, well, it is healthy, but we don't want it in our organ. We don't want it in the organization. It is deeply concerning when attempts are made to disrupt or discredit a legitimate and transparent process. They're talking about the election now. And the reason why this statement came up was because our friend Patrick Beckford, he wrote an article calling for people to boycott the election for a number of reasons. And so this is in response to that. He wrote his article appeared in the Observer. There's the article. Oh no, this is the response from the Observer to what we were just reading. Go back to the last paragraph, please, in the last document. Okay, see that? While diverse views are healthy for democratic governance, it is deeply concerning when attempts are made to disrupt or discredit a legitimate and transparent process. It's not a legitimate process, and it's not transparent. We know that, because you know how we know that, Mr. Terrelong? People started voting. You gave when I say you, I mean whoever controlled the voting gave people access to vote. And then they come and they say, oh, it's a glitch. And then they say, well, when you put up people's pictures on the website, oh, that's another thing too. It is not an arm of the government yet. Where do you find stuff on the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council? You find it on the government website. That's where you'll find it.
But Rattigan, I have a question for you. This paragraph here was not in their original document, correct?
Which document?
The original, for want of a word, bylaws of how one remember the letter, the information they put out about how one is qualified, how a candidate qualifies to represent the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm saying that this section was never a part of that, because this from what I'm reading here was put there based on grievances that they're carrying for you.
Oh, you're talking
because you read this and you can see that this is what this is about.
All right, you're talking about this. All right, Paul, please remove that. Okay, you're talking about this. You're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about this one, right? The one that they that updated 2 days prior before the nomination.
Right.
Yeah, they have. What happened is that this. I'll show you the section that. This section, I'm glad you're asking about that. 5.2. No, let me just start off by telling people that English is, I've said it before, English is not my first language. They said any language you can dream in, that is your mother tongue. Me dream in a patois. So, yeah, and that's the language. I know that language. I can express myself quite well in patois. English, me have to kind of search for words, you know, and my vocabulary is limited, so I keep going back to the same words over and over again. But patois, it's fine. Patois flows from me. So, but I have an understanding of, I have a basic understanding of English language and how it works. And then when I look at 5.2, I look at the part C and it says appointment. Now, we're talking about an election, which is different from an appointment, because remember what I showed you? I showed you that the 14 people are elected and 16 people are appointed. This is talking about the 16 people, the appointment, right? And here it is, they even tell you right here, 14 are elected. So that 5.1A, 14 are elected. And right here, B, an additional 16 are appointed. But here's the key. 5.2 says every member. If you're running in the election, you're not a member. And how do I know this? Oh, this is a part. This part, 5.2, this they put in 2 days before the nomination period. This is what they put in. All of this stuff, 5.2. But they made a mistake because it says every member. Look at this. Let me show you something. It says, look at 5.4. It says, further to the receipt of notification. Them say, when we get to the final results of each region, the minister will confirm the persons who receive the largest number of votes. That's not appointment. Look at this. 5.5. Elections will take place before confirmation of appointed members. So there's a distinction there between appointed and elected. And here is something else. So look at 5.6. A shortlist of the proposed appointees, not people who are elected. Right? Go back again. See what the title is. The title is appointment. Right? Now look at 6. 6 makes it quite clear. The tenure. And it says right here, for the purposes of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, a term shall mean a period of 3 years from the date of election or appointment. So you can see there's a difference right here that the difference that you're talking about. And then there's one more term. There's one more here. Oh, here it is. A member may serve a maximum of 2 consecutive terms, but thereafter shall take a hiatus equivalent to at least 1 term before being eligible for re-election or appointment. Right? This doesn't tell you anything about election. It's telling you about when you're appointed, and it talks about being a member. Here it is right here. 5.2. Every member. You can only be a member. You can't be a member if you're running in the election. You have to win the election, and then you become a member. Oh, and then it says right there. Oh, it says right there. Oh, there's a part here. I'm glad I remember that. It's there's a part here that tells you what you must do. It says 5.2. Let me see if I find it here. There's a 5.2 in here. Unless I'm take it out. Hold on a second. There's a 5.2.
Didn't you save it on your system?
This one is saved.
Did you
right?
save the original? Because one has a 5.2 and another doesn't have it.
Right, we save that. We save that.
Okay.
There is one here.
See 5.2 right here. Go back up. Right there, right there. Every member, that's 5.2.
Yeah, but there's a 5.2 in here because it says that every member, you must, it makes it clear that you must, every member is subject to 5.2.
Must meet the following criteria.
Yeah. It says it down here somewhere. I remember seeing it.
It's where you have A, B, C, and D.
Let me go back up and look.
Where it says every member must meet the following criteria. Candidates shall provide verifiable evidence of their Jamaican identity and other descent, such evidence, whatever. And then you have candidates. Yeah,
but what I'm driving at is that there is a section in here that says that you must, once you're a member, you will abide by 5.2 is referring to you. It's here. Maybe them change it again, because them keep changing it. I saw it up to today. I saw it. Maybe it is in another document.
Because you have to keep saving what you download from them, because just for the purpose of comparing and contrasting the documents, because they seem to be making up things as they go along based on how they feel about somebody who their feelings for somebody, whether they like or not like them.
I found it to show you that 5.2 is referring to a member and not somebody who's a candidate. Look at this. See this? A council member. You're not a member if you're running an election. It says has a continuing responsibility to report if there's any change to his or her eligibility criteria as set out at section 5.2.
Section 5.2.
It is right there. And then let me show you something else. Let me show you one more thing. Where is it? Election. Look at this document now, my people. Them forget about that document there now. Look at this document. This document says election. It is right there.
Membership.
Yeah, this is different from the other one. The other one I talk about appointment. This one is saying election. And see it go right here now. So it go right here. So it go right here where the EDB already make mistakes. Here, nominations of candidates and eligibility. And it says right here, in order to be successfully nominated, you must meet the eligibility requirements in section 5. So if you're running in the election, this is what you must satisfy. And here's 5 right here. To be eligible for nomination for election. And here it is. Show me which part it's a criminal conviction. Or that you don't have good reputation.
Or bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy is there. 5. Bankruptcy is there. That's the only one.
Bankruptcy is there?
Yeah. 5. There it is right there. Which is foolishness. But it doesn't have the other things that they accuse me of. It doesn't have the thing about bad reputation. It doesn't have criminal conduct.
Criminal conviction and all of that nonsense. No.
Yeah. This is it right here. So we need now waste of time with them because them can't step in my class. I idiot them. All of them are idiot. But you know here's a question. Whose interests are these persons running to represent? Because it cannot be that they're running to be diaspora representatives, but they have no interest in the persons who they're asking to vote for them. It makes no sense. And the only purpose they serve is to take picture with the minister of government or the prime minister, or to work the money and send it, go and give them. And then when you ask them, there's no accountability. Yeah.
And when you ask questions, you're told that the only word that some ministers know is bad mind, or you're trying to bring down government, or you're trying to destroy the brand. Come on, get a grip.
One thing me have to tell them, do you know? One thing me have to tell them, I'm a very patient person. Me not have to, react immediately. Take my time. Them say, revenge is a meal that's best served cold. And the only thing me have to tell them is all of the foolishness that them are going with. Listen to my favorite minister. Listen to her advice. Listen to her.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let me tell you something. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let me tell you something. Enough is enough.
Well, you know what we should do?
Enough.
We should do a writing campaign. And just writing in this.
They don't allow it.
They should have an email campaign.
They don't allow it. And then here is something else where they don't allow. They say whatever they decide, it is final. Whatever
garbage.
They decide. Yeah,
that's garbage. That's not a democratic process.
You see it right there, so? See it right there, so? See that?
Mm-hmm.
See it on the top. The decision of the electoral committee shall be final. So when them say we don't want you, that's the end of that. And I've never heard of this.
What persons in the diaspora need to stop doing is stop giving them donations. So when they ask for donations, they say no. Until you give us some accountability of the money that you have received in the past, then there's nothing to send for you. You cannot come and be raising money from the same people that you have no respect for, and only purpose they serve to you is to give them your hard-earned money. And if one person in that same group have an issue, then there's nobody to turn to. That is nonsense. So there has to be something in place where this thing about just giving them money as they ask for, oh, let's work together. We need to raise money for this and raise money for that. That has to stop. There has to be some accountability. You're not giving any accountability, then you're not getting any money. That is how it should work now.
All I can
And the
say,
question needs to be asked of the representative now, the person's running to be representative, whose interest are you serving? And what do you intend to do for the persons in the diaspora who you're asking to vote for you?
and
You're
you
not
know
doing
what?
anything for them, what purpose you serve?
And you know what? To the people in the South, the people who are organizing that, to their credit, they've had, I think, one or two town hall meetings where they present the candidates, and then the candidates can talk about their vision for
Mhm.
this council and their constituency. In the Northeast, where we are, not one.
Because it's their feeding trough.
That's where them come from make the money. So them have
Yes,
to
it's
make
their feeding trough.
have to make sure so them get for them candidates in line because them
Yeah,
can't
which
have,
is done, people need to start asking them questions and holding them accountable. And the question that they need to start asking is, what have you done for me lately? What are you doing to benefit the people in the diaspora? What programs do you have in place? If someone is, say, for example, students who come up and are in need of some form of assistance, whatever it is, it runs the gamut. How do they reach out to you as an organization for assistance?
mm-hmm.
And if they cannot get that, then what purpose do you serve? It cannot be that, oh, you have to go to the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Why? You say you're a diaspora organization, so you're supposed to represent the interest of those persons who you're asking to vote for you. You cannot ask a person to vote for you and then be beholden to somebody outside of that circle. That makes, in my opinion, that makes no sense. And it's not about not collaborating with the government on matters of national importance. It's not about that, but it shouldn't be that they are dictating the terms and conditions of how this organization operates,
Mm-hmm.
with little and no regard for the people who they have to come to and ask for resources.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
What the people should understand, and I know some people, a lot of people didn't hear about this until recently, didn't hear about this organization until recently. But you need to understand that this is a safety net for a lot of, or should be a safety net for a lot of us. I can't begin to tell you how many students have approached me to help with school fees, to help with food,
Right.
to help with books and all that.
Right.
This is what this organization should be doing.
It's supposed to do. So when they have fundraisers, it should be a fundraiser for that specific purpose, to have monies available for when situations like that arise, for back to school, for an elderly person who might need some assistance, for a person who lost their job and is going through tough times, for somebody who is going through this horrible winter and might need some relief, some financial relief or whatever it is. So if they're not serving that purpose, they can walk and chew gum at the same time, They can do a dual purpose where they can serve the people of the diaspora, but they can also take into consideration matters of national importance in the Jamaican space. They can do both. It shouldn't be that they're only focusing on work the money, send it from, but we don't want to hear from you. No, the man with the money is the man with the talk. So the people who are giving donations to them, when they shop asking for donations, say no. Until and unless we get some accountability from you about the monies that were sent prior to now, then we don't see the purpose of raising any money and giving it to you.
And I
give
tell
us
you
some
what,
accountability.
right? And I tell you what, it doesn't look good because they're saying that the Northeast United States is home to more Jamaicans anywhere else except Jamaica. The estimates have it close to 1 million, if not a little bit more than 1 million. And you know how many people register to vote? You know how many people register to vote now? 504.
How does that make sense?
Even the South has more registrants. The South has, there it is. Thanks, OT. There it is right there. Only 1,767 Jamaicans across 3 regions in America. More than 1 million people. 1,700 people. You call it 1,800 people. Give them a little brata. 1,800 people are represent offer themselves and service to represent over 1 million people. Look at the Northeast, 504. And I've told the people, and I know a lot of you didn't register because once you heard that I wasn't running or I was excluded, you decided not to register. And a lot of you who have registered, I said to you, in the Northeast, do not vote. They have 13 candidates. Make them fight it out. We not get involved in them fight. Let them fight it out. And I guarantee you that I suspect that the person who wins is going to win with less than 100 votes.
And how is that representation, Rattigan? How is that representation?
It is not. Look at the southern region, another region with a lot of Jamaicans. 574 registrants. No, in the southern region, people, remember what I said to you. Remember what I said to you. Gillian Murray, vote for her. Vote for her. And in the West, Midwest, there's a candidate. I can't remember her name now. Female. Don't even look on the male candidate. Don't even look on him. Right? Just vote for the lady. Just take my word for it. If you live in the West and the Midwest, just vote for the lady. Right? A woman power we are deal with. In the South, we are talking about Gillian Murray. In the Northeast, make them go fight it out amongst themselves. Without business in that, them say what cockroach and business in a full fight. Make them go and fight it out amongst themselves. Leave them alone. Right? But the South, go ahead.
You know why the registration is so low? Because people don't know about it.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm saying, if you have an organization like this, how many? If you should go to any church in the 5 boroughs, they've never seen them in any church talking to them about what it is that they do and how they intend to represent them. They've never seen them doing that. So nobody knows who these persons are because they do not make themselves available to talk to the people who would want to hear from them.
And let me just make a little statement. Cultural Icon said we should form our own diaspora movement. Cultural Icon, I'm just simply suggesting to you to go back and look at the history of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. And when you do that, you'll find that the diaspora was instrumental in setting that thing up. So we are part and parcel of it. And I say we should not run away from something that we help to design and build. What we should do is take it away because look, the government, they're confused. Remember now, why would you run away from it when the government said it's not an arm of the government? We don't have anything to do with it. Why would you run away from it? You take it then. You say, okay, it's not yours. We have to build it, so we'll take it. The government said it's not an arm. So
it is not an arm. It is not an arm until they want money. Because that's all they care about. Gimme my name, Jimmy. I mean, come on now. It is ridiculous.
And then
no,
go up a little bit, OT, please. Go up a little bit. All right. Look at this. Michelle Tolonil, our current rep for the Northeast. Look at what she said. She said she had hope for significantly higher participation and expressed disappointment with the turnout. Now,
she shouldn't express disappointment with the turnout. She's part of the problem.
She's been there for 3 years.
She's part of the problem. What outreach has she done in the last 3 years? But hold on, didn't something in the clause say that you have to take a sabbatical after and then rerun? Isn't that something?
After two terms.
After two
terms, yeah. Then you have to.
All right, but Michelle Tolonil should not be disappointed because she set the standard. She sets the standards. So this is an indictment on her because nobody knows her.
Look at what she writes right there. She said, it says, Tolonil believes these concerns must be addressed and noted that she has spoken with and written to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding the issue. No, people.
She's talking to the wrong people, Rattigan.
Yeah, because she's saying that people are reluctant to provide their personal data to register to vote. Right. No, you think them could have tell me that? You think them could have tell me that? You think me would have write to them and I beg them and I tell them, say, and I write to them about the issue. No, me spend my time. I try get support in the diaspora. Me now go to we are go to the ministry for the ministry say it is not an arm of the government. So why are you going to them?
But right. She's reaching out to the wrong people because the persons that she should be courting, she has ignored. And so she's only talking to a few people here and there and will win by maybe 50 votes. Right?
Mhm.
And the people whose interest must be served, she doesn't reach out to them because she has, I can guarantee you, she has not gone to any church in any of the 5 boroughs or any of the states that make up the Northeast. She has not gone to a library. She has not gone to any community board meeting, nothing to talk about the Jamaica, the organization and why she was the representative and why she still wants to be the representative. What it is that she has done that is so measurable, that is so tangible, that she thinks she still should be there, and somebody else not take over the reins to do a better job than she has done. What has she done that is meaningful to the persons in that group that she should still continue in that position? Nobody knows her. So to say that she is disappointed, she's being disingenuous because she is part of the problem. Who is she talking to? She's talking to the wrong people. She's talking to the wrong people.
Well, I tell you what, people, I have been up as usual at night. And like I said, on Saturday, tune in on Saturday because we have a major announcement to make. And I'm telling you, you're going to be very supportive and very pleased with what we're doing because you will also be a part of it. You will also be a part of what we're planning. And I can sincerely tell you that we're planning things that will make a difference. We're not just planning things just for the sake of planning. We're planning things to make a difference. And one of the things we're looking at is to, when they have their conference in June, is to have our conference, the People's Conference, the Diaspora Conference, the real Diaspora Conference in June as well. We're going to have it at night for about 2-3 hours to discuss what was said, what should have been said, what wasn't said, and what we plan to do about it.
And also to include it, 1 second, Rattigan, to include in the real Diaspora Conference, conversation with church leaders, conversations with them to fully understand what is really, because they have a sense of what is happening in their communities, because they know what is happening in their churches. And if it is happening in their churches, it is happening in their communities.
Right.
So they're doing all this thing about come and build a hotel and support all this and buy this and buy that, but you're not exporting a damn thing. So what is the purpose? You're not exporting anything. You don't have any manufacturing going. You don't have any production going. So what are you? You're not exporting anything. So what are you talking about? Come and do what? It's a waste of money, especially in these times. Who has time to throw money to the? No one takes their pearls and throws it to swines.
And Judith Hibbert, I must get something. Judith, but now I sleep tonight because I'm working on something very, very important. And like I said, I'm going to tune in on Saturday. I'm not going to get the full 100. And going back to the conference that we're going, the real Diaspora Conference, you don't have to spend no money. All it requires is a little investment of time, like maybe 2 hours, 2-3 hours a night, maximum, 3 hours maximum. That's it. And you can watch it. You can watch and participate. It's not like when you go to the conference where you can't participate. Only certain people can participate. You can't, here you can participate. And you can do it from the friendly, warm, comfortable, safe confines of your home. So you don't have to spend the money for getting a plane ticket. You don't have to go stand up in a line. You don't have to go get no hotel. You don't have to go get no car. You don't have to go get no this. You don't have to go get no that. None of that. We're actually saving you money. And we're asking you to be a part of this because guess what? This is about you. Going to Jamaica is about them. And when I said them, I'm not talking about the people in Jamaica. I'm talking about the politicians. Judith says she'll get our chips and drinks ready. Yes, Judith. Yes, Judith. Yes, and that me say. So, people, we have 6 minutes to go. We'll finish at 10:30. So, sis, is there anything else you want to talk to the people about?
I would, and it's the same thing that I said last week. What the Jamaican people are willing to tolerate, that the government will continue to do to them. When are they going to decide that enough is enough? Because they're the ones who are feeling it, They cannot keep accepting what the government says,
1
how
second.
things are as against their realities. Yes.
Stick up in right there. What the government, all things are against their realities. You just mentioned something and say, enough is enough. You just mentioned. You just
Let me tell you
mentioned.
something. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
All right. Talk about
Exactly.
the reality now. Yeah.
Because I saw something where the health minister was doing his PR as usual and asking people what they're going to eat now. And one lady says she's no meat, straight vegan. So he corrected her, was like, vegan or vegan? She said, like, vegan. So and she's going to eat more fruits and vegetables. I can understand the people who have a field, have fruit trees and all of that, and they can, eat fruits from their backyard. But how many persons can do that? You see, agriculture took a big hit from Melissa. So how can you be telling people to eat properly when they don't have they're not making a livable wage to buy proper food to do that? And then it seems like you have more cook shop than homes that people cook in Jamaica right now. So it is really incumbent on the people to stand up and make their voices heard and hold the government accountable, because this government is running roughshod around them and they seem not to care, because everybody believes, boy, I saw the thing said that, or the thing said, and everybody make a thing and give me a thing. And that is the problem. It's a name-a-phone government.
Yeah.
It's a give me a thing government. If you go to get something done, get your car inspected, in order to, the person is being paid to inspect your car, but in order to get it done in a timely fashion, give me a thing, no man. That is what is eating the society alive, and the corruption is eating the country alive from the top to the bottom. So they see it being done at the top with the government, led by the prime minister. And so everybody is following suit. Why file for taxes and say you're making the money when the prime minister is not doing it and is getting away with it? So there's no accountability, and because there's no accountability, there's just this free for all. And the corruption is eating the people alive. I think it was Ralstonheim, yes, Ralstonheim who said 5% of Jamaica's GDP is lost to corruption every year. And 5% is a lot of money, because that's money that could go to the hospitals, to the schools, to the road, to fix the infrastructure and make people's lives better. Mm-hmm. But the lives of the politicians are better off, and the lives of the people that vote them into office are lesser.
Right.
So make some sense. And so it is really time for them to stand up and say, you know what, we're not going to sleep cannot afford to sit on a chair at a hospital anymore. When did that become a thing?
Right.
When did that become a thing? So I would love for them to make better choices.
You know what happened? The conversation went so quickly and so smoothly, and it completely forgets me to have to turn on the phone. Me to turn on the phone at all, forget no phone call.
Oh.
But here what we have one more call before we go, and I'm glad we're getting this call, because I need people in the diaspora. If you never hear the story before, you're hearing it now for the first time. I think some of you have heard it, but Miss P, go ahead, please. Talk to the people. Tell them what's going on there.
It's understand that Miss Favor Williams said, come the next budget debate, there will be tax increases. So for all those people who was waiting on the 32,000 per week, God dang no supper.
See that?
Melissa,
Miss P, Miss P,
this
Miss
now
P,
what expect to get more tax. That to no
Miss
vote,
P.
that to no get. No,
Miss P.
tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
With people, a person with a conscience. You get so much money from foreign free, plus you go borrow money, and you go tell we say you go put on tax again when employment down, people confused, people mad, people dislocated, people lose their loved one, not even get to bury them good. A hospital doctor take over dead body, doctor if you do CPR and ground. No, come on, man. And you have your heart to come tell people about expect new taxes. Since Melissa blow, light bill gone up, come over radio, but you have to sit by your bill, floor bill gone up. No, what is? Diaspora people, all me can tell you, thank you very much. Thank you for what you do for me personally. But you have to go tighten up on some people because they run go vote in this current government and I depend for support for no money. And when me look on the TV and see fresh box when you happy up there, boy, God bless you and pick there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
God bless you and me and just continue to be good and we good one to do for Jamaica, follow and pick the down the line. Because I did next, boy, people can't wicked, sir. No, Mr. Ratty, look what
Miss P, Miss P, Miss P.
Miss P, what on this?
Look what we have got to.
What on this? Sister Maria ask you a question. Go ahead, Maria.
Miss P, you talk about the $32,000 and you said dog go and eat them supper. They knew they were not going to get the $32,000 increase because guess what? That was the government was raising it not as a government minimum wage, but the government was putting it on the private sector. And what did the private sector come out and say?
I can't
They were against it because they cannot afford it. So they knew they weren't going to get it.
And you know, me follow news. But it was in the manifesto, If somebody tell them, say that just come and meet and just say, and the people answer, run up with you like a wildfire. But you know what is the problem? Most of us Jamaicans, we do not listen and try to educate ourselves to understand the operation of government and all. And that is the reason why we have platforms like Rattigan. We come on with every different expert and teach you how the parliament run, how government run, what can be done, what cannot be done, and so. And learn yourself. That's why God bless for this channel and God bless Mr. Rattigan.
Thank you.
Because we know they did not get none. Right? Because if we don't give them 32,000 a week, bread couldn't buy, flour couldn't buy, toilet paper couldn't buy, sanitary couldn't buy, because you have to go raise something to get your time.
True.
So 6 hours and a half does not do that. Dirty tough. Understand? Hotel lockdown. No, I'm wicked to look. I want you to soul. In a certain area, tourism people mostly, where you see people like a hotel and resort and whatever tourists come and so. Most of them they lockdown. They don't hop back yet. And you have to come to that. Figure tell people about taxes. Well, if we see them put on the tax and somebody not start a demonstration, well, me know say, we done. No new taxes around here. And no new one. And no had
the old one. Yeah.
And they have a style to spin it, They have a style to spin it. But we learn their spinning. We play a gig, We play a gig. Spin and drop to make you sleep. Oh, and too wicked, man. And look how we're going to see that. Mr. Ratty,
Exactly.
you're not too much of an expert. But if we show you how these people corrupt, corrupt, roll your tongue. you find CTAC in a some banga. And it's not everybody in a CTAC a banga. So we take off for you to weed out the bad one and let the thing run
Exactly.
and do the work. And then him go take Emily Shield husband, say him and give him workers, whatever. That come like enter in a sinkhole, you wiggle, I deeper you go.
Mm-hmm.
After the security consultant in Jamaica, and that the money you have to go to. So guess what now? It's a web. If you not show your hand. So Mark Shield might show your hand, but your wife show your hand and him put on the head. So I him then could have pick. But I can't tell Mark Shield say, you come from England, you know. You come from England and you used to work as Scotland Yard, they say. Don't go there, come make yourself be a puppet. Because anytime anyone align with these people, you shall go down. So we have America, we have Friday 90s, and have come down, and you see we have now on the Epstein file, and some who know nasty things are going out. See them so it's going out. And not this year, not next year, the other year, but it's going out. Anyway,
All right.
You are going to write to ATI, you know. So I'm going to write to ATI.
All right. All right, Miss B, take care. All right.
Me I watch Barbados like me and Matthew take you over.
Okay. All right. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye. Yes, folks, that's where we're going to leave it right there. So, sis, well, thank you for coming on. And
Every time, my brother. Good to see you.
Big up Mama Rose and her
Yes.
daughter, lovely daughter. Want big them up. Lively session. Session
Yes.
very informative. And look forward to Saturday. When Saturday we are gonna turn up the things because we have scheduled to appear will be the executives from Company 2. Remember, Company 2 was the Auditor General's the determination. She never named any company.
Mm-hmm.
And like 3 or 4 companies, she called them 1, 2, 3, 4. And she said, and Company 2, that's the company that the report showed that dialysis machines came in
Mm-hmm.
and they benefited from some tax concessions under UA's umbrella. The University Hospital of the West Indies umbrella. Well, we never name the name. Some people in our mainstream media and others, them name names. Well, we expect to have those people to come and tell us their side of the story this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to talk about the statistics as well. And we're going to talk about another story, the one where them buy the plate. The one where UA facilitate the importation of the plates. And then it turns out that the company who got the plates, them turn around and sell it for about 5 times the cost to UA. We're going
Back to you.
delve into the story. And we have some other little things that we're going to talk into. And then people, don't forget, we have a major announcement to make that is going to send reverberations throughout the place. Want to tune in for that. So, sis.
Blessings, my brother. Always good to see you. And to everybody in the chat, much love. And I'm always appreciative of the love that I receive from them.
All right. Thank you so much.
God bless. We'll talk soon.
All right. Good.
All right, cool.
All right, bye-bye. Take one more thing. Take one more thing.
For the people every day, defending your rights. I saw him stay. We'll fight for the people every day. Risk him life for the people every day. Get criticized for the people every day. Defending your rights. I saw him stay. Say from him, step up all eyes on him. I defend the people, them set spice on him.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon our homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at OJLDF.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to OJLDF.net. That's OJLDF.net and hit the donate button today. Thank you.